yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause I'm there for you.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Now let me see you what? Drop it to the flow, drop it to the flow then. Now lean.
Gravy make a splash like Pippin. mom in the kitchen, making blueberry muffins.
Taste the biscuit, taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce, taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Chicken banana, chicken banana, chicken banana, banana, banana.
Hey man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up.
I don't think you're a bad person. I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
I remember when I lost my mind.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you from the Shenandoah Valley, in this beautiful place we call home. I got D-Man with us here tonight. How you doing, buddy?
What's happening, man? Doing good.
Oh, man. Had a nice little drive today, nice little ride out to my daughter's house. Did some that when I built that ramp, there was some lumber that we didn't put on it that we finally got around to getting out there, part of the railing, you know, like a midsection. So we had to put a couple more. Had to stop and get a couple 2x4s on the way. So that, you know, it was a beautiful drive. Took the Valley Pike, Route 11.
Yeah.
And just 2-lane road, real sunny, beautiful day today, listening to some music and shit.
I prefer 4x2s.
Well, you know, they're not really 2x4. They used to be back in the day, you know, in the sawmill lumber, but now they're to accommodate drywall and all that shit. They're 3.5 by 1.5 inches. Maybe the trees got smaller. I'll tell you one thing: they're making lumber heavy. These fucking green, they was some heavy 2x4s, really. You know, they were just 8-foot pressure treated 2x4. And
it's the stuff that they put in for the pressure treating.
They were still wet too. You could feel them. They were still wet from. I mean, they probably
smell too.
Yeah, so probably got all kinds of cancer-causing agents seeping through my skin right now as we speak. But you got to do something, man, especially here in Virginia. Them bugs will eat that shit right up, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Them fat carpenter bees. You ever see those things? They burrow.
Carpenter ants.
Oh, my. Well, these bees, man, I don't think they can sting you, but they look like a big, fat, fuzzy bumblebee. Man, they'll tear your shit up. They will. They get in there. They make these little tunnels and bore in there and make a nest, and then there's more of them. Oh, my God. They're a mess and a half, man. But I saw an interesting, I don't know why it works, but this guy that we just built that deck for, we took him down off the side of his thing. Of his house before we got to working, and they were just made out of a jar, but they had like a block of wood with holes on each side of it going up like that, and then to a central hole that went down into the jar. And for some reason, it traps those things. They go in there and they get trapped and die.
Wow.
So I don't know how it works, but I think I'm going to make some just to keep them away from my shit, you know?
I don't know why we don't have, I know they have steel framing now. You can get steel frame stuff that replaces the wood crap, and it probably costs a fortune.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. I don't know why somebody, you ever see like the blocks and all that stuff they have now? Like it's like plastic blocks.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it. That shit breaks down easy over a period of time, you know?
You don't want to build your like giant Lego house.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. They got some pretty cool tongue and groove systems for those, though, for houses out of wood.
Yeah.
Cedar, that's pretty cool. You put in your post frames, and they have a routed slot down in them. And then you got the pre-cut tongue and groove that goes in, and they snap together as you put them between the posts. I thought that was pretty cool. All you need to do is just route out the center of the post. That's easy enough to do.
The Japanese, they they do like cut stuff where it's cut like a pyramid shape, and then they cut the top part off, and it's like a tongue, and then they do a like a wood dowel pin.
Yeah.
Like you ever see how the Japanese build houses? They're wild the way they fit
I know.
those things together.
I'm trying to figure out what's the reasoning behind that roof that they do. You know how it comes out like that, you know? You see in China how they swoop down and then the edge of it like swoops up. I'm like, isn't that kind of counterproductive? You know, I mean, you're wanting the water to roll off the roof, and there you are trying to trap or something. Or maybe that slows it down before it goes over the. I don't know what the purpose behind it is.
I would think it would freeze real quick if it's got an upsweep. Wouldn't the water sit there, and if it gets cold, that shit will freeze?
That's what I was thinking. Let's see, is this
up here, everybody's got electric. These veins, like a metal vein that you put. So when you get snow in the roof, it turns on automatically once it hits a certain temperature, or if it senses, however how they do it. But it aids the snow to slide off your roof. It's like these metal electric heating things.
Yeah. Yeah, it also keeps a big slab from sliding off and hitting somebody too.
Yeah,
they got those
in the head as you walk out of the.
Dude, I was walking by the old courthouse down in the middle of Court Square is what they call it down in Harrisonburg, and it had been like snow and ice the night before, but then it got warm the next day. And dude, this slab of ice about the size of about the size of a hood of a car slid off that fucking courthouse and hit the ground like just about an inch from my foot.
Oh.
And I was like, that could have been really bad, man. That could have been really bad.
Big chunk of crap. It's been sitting up there for days.
Yeah. Oh, let me see, where was I at?
So what's been going on in the world? What are you up to?
Well, I found a really cool Lego song, man.
We're right into it.
You're right into it. We'll get right into it too. It's pretty good. It's this one's got a hell of a little beat to it. I don't know who did this one. Patty Stinian, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, Patty Stinian. Lego style banger. No, make Ice Cap, MC Ice Cap. And it's called Impeach the Bitch.
Wow, we just had a whole conversation about everything you just found.
Really?
Legos. We were talking about ice coming off the roof. Ice cap.
Right?
That was freaky weird.
Symbolism. Here we go. You all ready for this one? Here we go.
I'm ready.
And I got to sorting all the dumb shit in my head about politicians and their transparent politics. And I ask myself how we've allowed shit to get this thick. Cause I'm sick of his unfair tax cuts, his big, beautiful bills. Sick of wasting a paycheck, driving up that hill. And I just can't see how ICE improved our way of life. And as for the goddamn Iran war, I see no end in sight. So it's time to impeach the bitch for his thieving in his lies. Impeach the bitch for his $100 billion war. All those lives. Impeach the bitch because the orange bastard ain't fit. Impeach the bitch for his corruption, abuse of power, and all the other shit. So I called members of Congress and told them what we demand. They said it's not that easy. We're doing all we can. I said, pardon my French, but fuck your fecklessness and fails. If you can't lead, then step aside, because millions of us will. Now they're counting up their their votes. Look into November, and if we win the House and Senate, be damn sure we'll remember. We don't want to hear the numbers ain't there. Oh, we've tried this twice before. We don't give a shit. We want him gone. Oh, we'll show you. Impeach the bitch, impeach the bitch for his thieving and his lies. Impeach the bitch for his $100 billion war. All those lies. Impeach the bitch because the orange bastard ain't fit. Impeach the bitch for his corruption, abuse of power, and all the other shit. His crime spree won't be buried with him. It'll be exposed. The hell with death in jail. History needs to know that we elected a lifetime criminal, not once but twice. That he was GOP, backed by party, and took American lives. You did I say, give peace to bitch for his thieving and his lies. Impeach the bitch for his $100 billion war. All those lies. Impeach the bitch because the orange bastard ain't fit. Impeach the bitch for his corruption, abuse of power, and all the other.
There. What do you think of that one? What's happening, Brian?
Right on. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, man?
You like that shit?
TYT was talking a bunch of stuff about that today. Well, today and yesterday. I caught a little bit of it yesterday. And
well, listen, it's getting really bad with this guy. I mean, he's just fucking constantly these rank ass fucking ball movements he's just letting loose everywhere. They said you can smell his ass around the corner and shit. And
got a tail.
It's just saying stupid shit. He spent from what was it, from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. just posting all kinds of crazy fucking horse shit all night. And then, you know, what the hell? How's he supposed to, and then falling asleep all day long and shit? He's a fucking mess. You know, and what I think's funny about it is all the shit that he made fun of other people about. Not that it wasn't true, but here it is coming home to roost on him, you know? Yeah. Talking about dementia, Joe Biden and Sleepy Joe and all that. And here's this motherfucker falling asleep and shitting his pants at Lindsey Graham's funeral. And man, I swear to God, that Secret Service dude, you know, that guy that was sitting there smelling that shit, the look on his face was like, dude, I'm going to quit. I'm going to fucking quit. I'm done. I'm over. This is over. You know, he's, damn it, I got a wife and kids. I have to tolerate this. I have to sit in the stench. I have to sit in the stench. It's my job.
For America.
God,
I don't know. I just think that what's the alternative? I mean, what's the alternative to him?
Nothing.
How is that? Yeah, exactly. And that's
it right there.
The
nothing. When you have a tumor, if you have a big cancerous fucking tumor in your body, when you have the surgeon remove it, right? You don't say, hey man, put a different, less dangerous cancer tumor in place of it, okay? No, you don't do that. You take the motherfucker out and be done with it and hope that another one doesn't grow.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see how there's any benefit to having government. What is the fucking benefit to it? If anybody can explain that to me, I'd like to know.
It's all the winning, Sav. All the winning. So much winning. I don't know, but
anyway, so carry on. Sorry, mate. Carry on. You carry on.
I'm sorry, Brian. I was just going to say, Well, it's funny because I hear a lot of these pundits and people on different shows and stuff talking about it. But what's the alternative? What, to get ping ponged in between somebody else that's going to do probably almost the exact same thing and just give it a different face, call it a different thing? It's going to be a different person doing the same thing, run by the same people, the same corruption, the same problems.
Well,
It doesn't change.
How does a government exist? It can't exist without support of the people.
Yeah.
Okay. So stop supporting it. It's that simple. There's no difference between the left and the right. Listen, all you're doing is arguing with each other over who you want to fuck you. That's all you're doing. No, I want this guy to fuck me. And the other guy's like, no, I want this guy to fuck me.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, voting and changing, that's like rearranging dog shit in your backyard.
I love the way you put it.
It is, man. It's like rearranging dog shit in your backyard. It's like, that's not going to take care of it, man. Stop. And I'm working my way up. I got a good one because I wanted to go the asylums. The asylums that were there in the 1880s, 1890s. There's all these fucking insane asylums. We're going to get into that a little bit. But I think we're headed to something like that again.
So, can I just ask you one question? No, sorry.
What's that?
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask. I've seen it was your birthday not long ago. I just want to make sure you had a good day. That's all.
My birthday was in December.
Well, happy birthday, Sav.
No, I'm sure something came up the other week. Something came up quite important.
No, I was my birthday's in December. I'm under the 13th zodiac sign.
Well, my YouTube is fucked. All right, carry on. I apologize then.
Right.
Israel's reminding the entire world in real time exactly why their ancestors were kicked out of Spain in 1492, which, by the way, marked the beginning of the Spanish Golden Age, the greatest and most prosperous period in Spanish history. And if you don't know what I'm talking about here, with the help of the Moroccan puppet government, Israel has openly and admittedly launched a third world migrant invasion of Spain, of Spanish territory. It's happening right now. Spanish territory is being stormed right now. And it's really exactly like when Team Saturn opened up the gates of Toledo back in 711 AD. They've been doing this for centuries. Israel's reminding the entire world in real time exactly why their ancestors were kicked out of Spain in 1492, which, by the way, marked the beginning of the Spanish Golden Age, the greatest and most prosperous period in Spanish history.
Oh, repeated on me. Whoops. Yeah, did you see that, man? I saw a video. There was just like tons of people just fucking coming ashore. Man, like it's like a coordinated goddamn invasion. Mostly military-aged men. That's nice. I love this world so fucking much. What was this one here? This was the... yes. Those people.
I was trying to look something up to find out if they couldn't come to a conclusion on who won any election. And it says if no candidate for president receives an absolute majority of the electoral votes, pursuant to the 20th Amendment, the House of Representatives must go into session immediately to choose a president from among the three candidates who receive the most electoral votes. So even if nobody votes, they're just going to vote somebody in anyway.
It's all right. You haven't given your consent. You have not given your consent. You see, that's what your ballot is your consent to whatever comes about from it. That's why they don't use the popular vote, because they got that clause right there. They're going to pick whoever anyway. You see? and they don't have to go by the popular vote. That's just your consent to what you're down for whatever happens as a result of it, even if your guy doesn't win. That's what it means. Doesn't make any sense why people keep doing it. If it actually did anything, you wouldn't be allowed to do it.
That the Rothschilds claim to be Jewish, but are in fact Khazars from Mongolian Eastern Europe. Like Eisenhower, the Rothschilds have Asiatic Mongolian genes and not genes of Judaic people. The Rothschilds are like 95% of the Jews today and have Khazar genes and are now known as Ashkenazi Jews. But Georgia and Ukraine are 800 to 1,000 miles north of Palestine. Fact, every prime minister of Israel has been a Khazar Ashkenazi Jew with no connection to Semite people at all. An ultimatum was delivered by Russia and other surrounding nations impacted by the Khazar murders and robberies that they must reject paganism and choose between Judaism, Christianity, or Islam as their official state religion. The Khazarian king chose Judaism, but despite his promise, the oligarchs kept practicing ancient pagan Babylonian black magic, or secret Satanism. The king melded these practices with Judaism and created a secret satanic hybrid religion, derived from Babylonian Talmudism, written by hired rabbis. The deep dark secret of the occult ceremonies was that they were all based on ancient Baal worship, also known as worship of the owl. It involves child sacrifice, with bleed-outs, blood drinking, and eating of children's hearts. So these evil practices continued, and all these are part of the Khazarian Mafia today. In 900 AD to 1200 AD, Russian conquests were made into the Khazar kingdom and eventually drove most of them out. The Russian prince, Svyatoslav, made war upon the Khazars. The Russians created the gradual fall of the Khazars, so in a matter of a decade, the Russians removed most Khazar presence. Unfortunately, the Khazarian leaders had a well-developed spy network and were able to escape across Europe, taking their vast fortune in gold and silver. They infiltrated Europe and Slavic nations, and perhaps back into Asia, infecting many nations and city-states, including as far as Venice, Spain, and most of Central Europe. In secret, they continued their satanic child blood and sacrifice rituals, all for their trusted Baal to give them the whole world and all its riches. Ever since, the Khazars have plotted eternal revenge against the Russians and the surrounding nations that invaded Khazaria and drove them out of power.
Whoa, I'll take things you didn't know for 500, Alex. Right?
A couple of shows ago, I mentioned that they were a Turkic.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Name stealers to the east, name stealers to the west, depending on what side of them you were living.
One guy on one of the on another podcast had mentioned the exact same thing about how the Russians, the Russians went in there, and it was that southern region. And I think that what would be interesting to go and try to find old books on that stuff in Russian, and see if I could find some old stuff. Maybe I'll start to dig around a little bit and see if I can find some really old books about.
Isn't their alphabet and shit interesting? That's Cyrillic.
Yeah.
That's really interesting to me. Yeah. I don't know where and it looks so weird, little backwards R's and shit in there. You know, it's like, what are you doing? What is that? And knowing that our letters are actually pictograms, I'm wondering what their pictograms represent. See, that's where you get into it. That's where you start to get into it and starting to understand what each letter's pictogram actually is, and you can put it together in a it'll give you a definition kind of a word. For instance, right, a D usually represents a passage or a doorway. Look at the way it looks, right? It's a D, right? Yeah. It's a door. An E, it's a vertical stick with 3 lines showing a direction, right? So it's entering. It shows a direction. Enter, exit, start with those words. And that's a direction towards. A represents the higher mind. The Aleph, the higher mind, right? The higher consciousness. It's the first letter. It's the primary. A T is the crossing, an intersection, a change, right? The H, two vertical posts connected by one line. And you think about the sound it makes. It's the breath of life coming from God to man. That's right? So you put those all together, you got the word death. What is death? Death is a passage toward or into the higher mind or the higher consciousness at the crossing of the breath of life. There it is. That's death. And we just only use the pictograms of each one of the letters in the word. Isn't that crazy? You're good. Look at on the weekend, I'm a wizard on a whale. We got better lead well tonight.
Even flow. Or is it ebb and flow? I don't remember.
Ebb and flow.
Even though.
Why are they singing a song about baby bottles for?
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
What's up, Roger?
Hey, D-Man. I was just rearranging dog shit in my backyard. That's what took me so long to get up here.
Oh. How's it going? Is it better than it was before? Or?
Oh, yeah, man. The big piles that grew up real thick and long are going to be spread apart now.
Okay.
You hit those spots, with the lawnmower. It kills the lawnmower as soon as you hit it. Bang!
Ooh, that's pretty bad. How big a dog you got?
I don't know, man. I've had Great Danes before.
Oh, yeah. My daughter, in fact, I just came from her house a little bit ago. She's got a Great Dane. Yeah, it is. Val.
I've had 3 of them.
Short for Valkyrie. Short for Valkyrie. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, the flight of the Valkyrie. Wagnerian. Good old Richard Wagner, huh?
Oh yeah, man. I haven't seen him in a long time. He's dead now, ain't
he? Yeah, for quite some time.
Yeah, just recently.
It's really neat. Like in Frankfurt, they've got the Alte Opera House, which is of course, the old opera house that's there. And that's neat. It's got all these Wagnerian sculptures, statues up on the top of it and everything. And that same Romanesque, Greco-Roman architecture and shit. It's really a neat, substantial little building,
No, I got a lot of work done today.
Good, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of work done. I drove out to my daughter's house, which is about an hour and a half drive, and put up 2 2x4s on a railing. And this was funny. My brother-in-law. Oh my God!
You have to route it too. You had to route some of it.
No, I didn't have to do none of that. But I did take the router out there with me because my brother-in-law, he was talking about he wanted to do. I'm sorry, boy. He's touched. He'd said he wanted to do trim. It's trim, right? But he didn't have nothing to put like an edge on it, or a crown. And I was like, okay, I got that. So I took my router and my table out there. And I says, well, let's go put it in. I says, where's your miter saw? He says, what? I says, you don't have a miter saw or nothing? He says, no. I says, well, what do you have? He says, well, nothing really. I says, why didn't you say so? I would have brought my fucking miter saw. We could have, we ran them on the router anyways. They're there. And we're going out there for a housewarming party in a couple of weeks anyway. So I'll just take my miter saw out there, and I got my trim gun. And I'll just, cut them and stick them in, and probably take about 20 minutes is all, We got an edge put on them and everything. But I was like, are you shitting me? You wanted to do trim and you don't have any tools. What the fuck, bro? How is that supposed to work? Huh?
He's counting on you.
Well, hell, I'm an hour and a half away. Fuck that. Don't be counting on me. And I can't carry every goddamn thing I got in my Jeep, I make it a point to take what I need, for the most part, and a lot of stuff that I think I might need. But, as far as like big shit like that, like a miter saw and a fucking miter saw stand,
deep sea diving bell.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I mean, you know, because that's another thing too. You want to have that thing set up right on something before you start trying to run shit, man. I hate a fucked up work area. If I can't set shit down flat, if it's wobbling around and shit, I can't stand it. It drives me up a fucking wall. So I always got everything is secured down, and so it's not going to fucking move or something.
Curved as level, Sav.
Yeah. Sure it is. Well, I've had some fucking retards try to roll that at me too here recently.
Well, I found
the level is perpendicular to the direction of gravity. I said, no, it isn't. Gravity doesn't have anything to fucking do with it, bro. It's just.
Well, there's a new channel out there, this copying Red's rhetoric stuff, just about. But he calls himself, what is it? A Calamity Flat Earth is the name of the channel. I found it last night. I went through it. I was just rebutting all this stuff and leaving them links for observations that refute his claims.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the worst one is there's a guy on there. And I says, well, satellites in space. What the fuck are you talking about satellites in space, right? And he says, well, I use a satellite all the time. I'm using Starlink right now. I said, so you think your internet is coming from a little magic garbage can floating around in the earth out in space? He said, yes. And I said, well, prove it. Prove that your internet signal is coming from outer space. He goes, well, it says that it's satellite. And I says, well, define satellite. What is a satellite? Do you know? It doesn't mean a little garbage can flying around out in space, putting out signals. That's not what that means.
No.
Could be something half a mile up, just clicking something and put it somewhere else.
Could be a tower on a fucking high elevation within a few, you know. In fact, that is what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, just because it says Starlink on it doesn't mean that it's coming from fucking space. And that's what he thinks, is because they told him it was that it is. And I said, how do you know that? How do you know, these people, they claim that they know shit and they don't know it. It's something they believe. And why do they believe it? It's because, well, the guy that told me had a fucking butcher's coat and he said he was a scientist. Okay, that sounds good
I like
to
the
me.
butcher's coat part, yeah. And I love D-Man's avatar. You should read it. The globe is level.
As soon as you say something like that, they instantly think orbit. Bollocks.
I know. And that's like I've said before, you know, the high frequency teletype network was comprised of a net control station and several satellite stations. Okay. I've been one of those satellite stations. I've also been the net control station. But you know what? When I was one of those satellite stations, I wasn't a fucking up in space and shit, man. I was like out on a fucking mountain in Gießen freezing my dick off, you know, in a Radio Shack. You know, that's what I was doing. And it wasn't up in fucking space. So, you know, I distinctly know that, you know. And guess what, man? We were running these wires, doublet antennas that were directional, you know.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that? I could easily say, "Oh, that's in space. That's going up to space." No, it's not. It's not doing any such goddamn thing, man.
The relay. You've been over on. He's been over to Nathan Oakley's. He's got all his avatars.
Grabbed everything.
Oh, I got one too. Hold on, I'll drop.
I grabbed a few of them.
Well, look at his avatar now. It's got a cartoon version of what is it? Celestial navigation. Finding your 90 for a globe. It's got this cartoon arc on it.
Oh my God! Yes, yeah, Jesus Christ, man.
I like how it has the X on one and then it has the check mark on the other.
Kensman did that. That's who did that artwork.
It's a great one.
Who did that?
Kensman. He's the guy on FED's panel. He got a whole bunch of atlases for nautical navigation, and he went through all of them and he found out they have to have 90s to everything for some reason. It's really weird.
Everything from sea level. It's the basis for everything.
Okay, here's
basis for every measurement.
You got some gravity. See that little yellow thing up there? Watch the gravity work. Watch. Oh.
Wow.
What? Why is it doing that? I didn't do anything.
Don't drop it, it'll fall on the floor.
You see that little yellow thing? How am I doing it? Let's make it go about right there and stay. There you go. Stay
Magic.
right there.
Magic's off.
How am I doing that shit?
You're messing with my head.
Did any of you see that video? I watched it the other day where the astronauts were trying to prove something or other, and they deliberately dropped shit, and they were like, "Oh shit, I dropped it. I forgot. Oh bollocks!" So,
yeah.
Fucking rubbish,
Yeah,
man. I mean, their acting was so fake.
It drops a screw and shit, and it's like, whoops, you know.
Yeah. And then they try and look surprised, like, oh shit, where's that gone? Oh, well, it's clearly gone downwards. You idiot.
The downward direction, yeah, that's a horrible thing. Nothing ever goes up, does it, Saab?
No.
Nah.
Well,
but that's their way of trying to prove it.
It depends on the object's ratio of density to the medium. That's all. That's all. The apple falls out of the tree. It bounces off of Isaac Newton's head and lands in a bucket of water. And now it is off of the surface of the earth now. What happened? Oh, the fluid medium changed, and the density ratio between the object and the fluid medium changed. How about that shit?
How about it?
So, it's not so difficult. And these people, I love it when they try to say, well, the buoyancy formula has a G in it. And I said, what's that G represent? Gravity. I said, okay, but it has to have a numerical value. What is it? They go, well, 9.8 meters per second squared. I said, okay. A block of wood and a block of steel, the same size, will both fall at the same rate, correct? Yes. All right. One will sink and one will float. So how is that 9.8 meters per second squared relevant to the equation at all?
It's not.
You finally pin them down and say, well, that's how you find out the weight. Well, then there you go. It's weight. Well, weight due to gravity. Prove that weight is due to gravity.
Well, back in the day, Isaac Newton would have you hung if you didn't agree with him.
Well, here's the thing too. Archimedes, who is credited with establishing the buoyancy and density principles, right? He did that 1900 years before Newton even fucking existed. Now, what did he use instead of G? What did he use instead of gravity? Oh, that's right. He used weight. Weight. Oh, okay. So why didn't you just say that?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just say weight? Come on.
How about David?
It's all going to bollocks. That's why.
Because you got to seed your brain with that dumb shit fucking gravity idea. That's why. And it's like gravity is the exact same goddamn thing as electrolytes were to those people in Idiocracy.
Electrolytes?
It's what plants crave. You know, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's what plants crave. Do you even know what electrolytes are? I mean, it's what they make Brondo from. Jesus Christ, man.
It's sugars and salts that make most of the electrolytes, isn't it?
It's salts. It's salts. Salts are metals. You need them because you're electrical.
And who are we looking at now? So, is that a MAGA hat?
It's a MAGA guy. This is funny as shit.
We MAGA bros know that the best way to honor our president is to look exactly like him. That's why we wore the hat and the other hat and that hat too. We wore the ear bandage and we did the jerk-off dance. Now it's time for your love of Trump to level up. Introducing the presidential neck badge. Made of premium, jiggle-responsive silicone and inspired by the fleshy folds of Donald Trump's iconic neck. The neck badge is the perfect accessory for your MAGA life. Strap it on at the next Trump rally or just hang it with the guys. Or wear it to that next presentation to get a boost of that Trump swag.
I finally have the confidence to get that big promotion. Thanks, Mr. President, for giving me a neck that looks like B. Arthur got a Brazilian.
This POTUS pocket is durable yet sensitive. And don't worry about stains. It's water resistant and self-cleaning. The Cooter Collar is great in any climate, from the bedroom to the bunker.
In the end times, all I really need are two things: my gun and my presidential neck badge.
Same here. Trump is the greatest president to ever lead this beautiful nation.
The worst is President Bush. Man, I hate Bush.
I don't mind Bush.
Get your presidential neck badge today for only $47.45, and then you too can look like you're on the cover of a magazine. And for a limited time, we're offering the presidential neck badge in Mar-a-Lago gold for those more formal occasions.
Do they come in women's sizes?
No! These MAGA muffs are for men. Alpha males only. The presidential neck badge. Open the floodgates of your love for Trump.
You'll get the same delivery.
So not only for men, but sexist as well. Right on.
Oh my God. You know, Japanese television is censored by AI.
Wow.
And it pixelates Donald Trump's neck.
Really?
Yeah, because they think it's a cooter. The fucking AI thinks it's a cooter, so they censor it.
That's Jeff's like, wow, that's the closest thing I've seen to one. Hey, quick. They bust one out fast.
Oh, and here's the kind of people we're giving fucking badges to.
Dick W. called it a cooter collar.
Cooter collar.
Hey, Sob, look at my avatar. Can you guess who this is?
Hey, where you at? Oh, who's that? Duffy?
No, it's the other one.
Oh,
the one who couldn't operate a tripod. The one that couldn't get his camera to go right. Yeah. McKeegan.
Yeah, the other guy couldn't get it right.
He's a fucking government stooge.
Yeah. He's got a criminal rap sheet that.
I don't care. He's a government stooge, bro. We already know he's hanging with Toon. He's doing ops with Toon. He's a government stooge. So's fucking Duffy. Told you that right off the
That
bat.
explains why he's able to do what he does and just walks away from absolutely everything, robbing multiple people.
Right.
That's why he just gets protection every time. And they're like, don't worry about it. We got you.
He's a smooth operator. Even.
This is who that gives you this is people like this are getting badges. Listen to this fucking idiot. This guy's a cop.
I got one question for you before you start. What about the Trump phone? Has it been issued to people yet?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It has. I think they did, and it was this fucking same type of phone you can get off of Temu for like $90.
Yeah, yeah. It's total shit.
But it comes preloaded with Truth Social.
Oh, well, that's a plus, man. I'm telling you.
God damn it. And I think it automatically gives you those White House text messages or some shit too.
Ooh.
Which, you know, it says text POTUS to some number.
And of course sends all your information to one of Donald Trump's companies. So
what's the name of that Pizza Hut, right? Is that the other thing where you can get the alerts for the White House and stuff?
Oh,
that's
pizza?
What? No, what?
The app for the gay bars and the pizza deliveries.
Oh, Pizza Inn. Yeah.
Yeah. I have that ticker on Restream now. I can put it on my screen all the time.
See where that's at. The Pizza Watch here in a minute.
The war room is busy tonight.
Let's let this thing play.
Yeah.
Are statutes, laws, or corporate policies?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't understand that.
Is a statute a law?
I'm sorry. I don't understand.
Is a statute a corporate policy?
I don't understand your question. I'm sorry.
What is the highest form of law in the United States?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't understand the question.
Does the law of the land ring a bell?
Yes.
I'll ask the question again. What is the highest form of law in the United States?
I'm sorry. I don't understand.
Would the Constitution be the supreme law of the land?
I'm sorry. I don't understand.
You don't know if the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, or you don't understand the question?
I don't understand your question. I'm sorry.
No, how does he not understand the question?
He does. He just doesn't want to say it because if he does,
Yeah.
then he's admitting that he knows it's the law and that he
Yeah.
didn't abide by it.
Well, at
That's
that
why
point
he-
right there, if you don't know, then I'm sorry, we're gonna have to let you go.
Yep, bam.
We're just gonna have to fucking let you go.
Bye. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it should go.
Is the Constitution the supreme law of the land?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
You read the Constitution, correct?
I have. That's correct.
You understand the Constitution, correct?
Yes.
But you don't know if the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. You don't know what that question means.
I do not.
Does a statute override the Constitution?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
When the word law is used in the Constitution, which law is implied?
That sounds like an incomplete question to me. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Yep.
Why is that? Why is he in that position?
Yep.
Don't know.
Yep.
So I can tell you. I can tell you the law. The Constitution is the constitutional law. That's a fact. That's what it is. That's
Well,
what it
they
means.
swear an oath to it to protect it.
Yeah.
How do you
That's
swear
why
an
they-
oath to something you don't understand?
I know. Well, I mean, it's just to get a paycheck, so they don't understand. It's not like they're quizzed. You know, it's not like you can't just walk up to him and ask him, "Hey, what's the first two amendments?" He ain't gonna know. He doesn't care.
No,
He's getting a
they don't know
paycheck, so
shit.
he doesn't care. And that's
He's
more
just,
important than knowing some useless shit that to him doesn't mean anything anyway, except his paycheck. And that's my point. Is where's the person that steps in and says, "All right, that's it. That's enough. You're fired." They go, "Bye."
Yep.
You don't get it. See you later.
You
Somebody in the chat said, "Whatever it is, that guy did it." Yes,
Yeah,
he
right.
did.
Motherfucker.
Trying to deny it, yeah.
I can't stand them arrogant, fucking stupid people. Oh, there's Zach. Look at there's another one of my neighbors, or at least somebody who lives near me here. Zach Housen, what's happening, brother? Good to see you, my man. So this
Bob,
was
you're-
kind of cool. What?
You're in the wrong arena. You're in an arena full of stupid, ignorant, stupid, arrogant people. You really are. They're arrogant and ignorant at the same time.
Yes, they are fucking 100% ignorant and arrogant about it too. You know, it's sort of like I'm proud to be a fucking retard. I don't know.
What's the scale they use that tells you you're so smart until you realize you're not so smart, and then it drops you back down? What's the Kruger?
I don't know.
What do you call it?
Dunning-Kruger?
Dunning-Kruger
Retard
effect.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Dunning-Kruger guy. I know everything until you question him and you realize he doesn't know anything.
Well, it's like these fucking people talking about Iran and shit. You know, I've seen people online talking about, oh, we need to destroy Iran and shit. You know, and I said, why? What has Iran ever done to you? Well, they can't have nuclear weapons. And I says, how is that your business? How is that your business? What a foreign country does? Yeah. How is it that we didn't illegally bomb Iran? Really? Why did we attack them again? Well, because they can't have a nuclear weapon. Who says? Well, the president. Well, he's the president of the United States, not the president of fucking Iran. He doesn't get, that's not his call. He might not like it, but that's just too bad. You got to put it in your pipe and smoke it, man. That's how it is. You know, you don't get to just attack people because they don't do what you tell them that they have to do. They don't have to do what you tell them to anyways. That's like some other motherfucker walk up to me and tell me to do something. I'm like, you can kiss my ass, bitch. I don't have to do what you say. You ain't nothing to me. You don't have any authority over me. Fuck off, right? Same thing with the United States. How did we become the world police? You know? Maybe we need to see that song again. We do. But first, this is pretty cool. On the news, people are like saying the shit that they don't want them to say. And this is pretty fucked up. Watch this shit.
What is the number that is fine with you? Is there a benchmark? Is it fine? How many children can be raped and it's fine if you're in relation to the immigration community?
If we're going to talk about children being raped, then we need to hold this pedophile president, Donald Trump, accountable, and all those that have been implicated by the Epstein files that the Department of Justice is still not leaking. They've sent AIPAC after Thomas Massey for having the temerity to
Mr.
hold
Larkin,
accountable the
thank you.
pedophiles that are in control of our government.
Thank you. We appreciate your time very much. What is the number that is fine with you? Is there a benchmark? How many children can be raped and it's fine if you're in relation to the immigration community?
I'm trying to find it. That's fucked up though. He just says, "Oh, you want to talk about that shit? Let's get it."
Listen, I'll never forget ever. It was the first time I ever saw them do it to somebody was when Ron Paul ran, and Fox literally did nothing but make fun of him continuously. He was the guy that was the Constitution #1, grassroots Constitution guy #1. They should have been the person they should have been going to. And I realized real quick when they simply just played it off like, here comes kooky Uncle Ron, And I realized there that they weren't for all the things that they always say that they are for. And that's what woke me up. That was the big one right there. I was like, oh, so these people don't really want constitutionalists, do they? Because if they did, they wouldn't be promoting this sack of shit and then making fun of this guy who's Constitution #1. He's based his whole career on the Constitution.
Yeah, they fucked him over for Mitt Romney.
Yep. Yeah, for a kook wearing golden underwear who thinks when he dies he's going to populate a planet and populate a planet with celestial sex. That's the person that they promoted.
So he's a Mormon? Is that what you're saying, D-Man?
Oh, say it ain't so.
So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember that thing on Did you ever see that thing on South Park?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that thing on South Park?
They took it offline.
Did they really?
Yeah. Yeah, because
those
they
fucking
stirred
people
up
got way too much power too.
But I mean, think about that for a second. Think about how kooky that is. A TV news thing comes on and says, "Oh, the Constitution. Oh, we should do the Constitution." But yet, when they have a constitutional person, they don't want anything to do with them. So I knew right there was BS. I was like, okay, these people are full of crap. They're just towing the line of whoever tells them to promote. They're not really trying to get anybody who's going to try to change things or make things for the better. I mean, Paul was saying we should have pulled out all these bases 30 years ago. He was like, he said, I'll get in there. I'll pull us out of every base in every country across the world. We shouldn't be policing the world. Who the hell are we? Even he said it.
But
I'll tell you,
over 20 years ago.
I'll tell you who we are. We're America.
Oh, yeah.
America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! America, fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way, yeah! Terrorists, your game is through, 'cause now you have to answer to America, fuck yeah! So lick my butt and suck on my balls, America, fuck yeah! What you gonna do when we come for you now? It's the dream that we all share. It's the hope for tomorrow. Fuck yeah! The ghettos, fuck yeah! Walmart, fuck yeah! The gas, fuck yeah! Baseball, fuck yeah! NFL, fuck yeah! Rock and roll, fuck yeah! The internet, fuck yeah! Slavery, fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Starbucks, fuck yeah! Disney World, fuck yeah! Porno, fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Reeboks, fuck yeah! Fake tits, fuck yeah! Sushi, fuck yeah! Taco Bell, fuck yeah! Rodeos, fuck yeah! Bed Bath and Beyond, fuck yeah! Liberty, fuck yeah! White Slips, fuck yeah! The Alamo, fuck yeah! Band-Aids, fuck yeah! Las Vegas, fuck yeah! Christmas, fuck yeah! Immigrants, fuck yeah! Popeye, fuck yeah! Democrats, fuck yeah! Republicans, sportsmanship, books.
I'm proud to be an American, Saab.
Durka Durka.
America, fuck yeah. Coming again to save the motherfucking day. America, fuck yeah. Freedom is the only way to
That's Marjorie Taylor Greene.
rest your game is through. 'Cause now you have to answer to America. Fuck yeah. America. Fuck.
You're going, Starbucks, fuck yeah. Pizza Hut, fuck yeah. Books.
I want to mainline some patriotism right here, buddy.
They all got AIDS.
That's some messed up shit right there, man. Oh, we got the pizza index we got to look at too.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the pizza index. See what's happening here. Seem to be at DOCON 3. Roundhouse increase in readiness. See, is there any? What's that? Oh, yeah, it tells you what the things are. Looks like Domino's Pizza's kind of quiet, but Extreme Pizza's got a 178% spike. I'm sorry. And it looks like everything else is pretty quiet, pretty normal.
They took one of the other pizza shops off of that. We the Pizza.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not on there anymore.
Wonder why. What is that?
You got to go to the strip clubs and then the gay bars.
Oh, that's a Strait of Hormuz map right now.
Yeah, wow. It's all the ships sitting there waiting.
What's the? Oh, you can open a tracker too. You can open up a tracker on that too.
You can scroll in. You can scroll in on it and look at each ship individually. Also,
estimated trade disruption since February 28th of 2026.
I got one thing to say about that. America, fuck yeah.
Right.
Scroll into it and look at all the ships too.
Good.
Tell you
God,
what they are.
See if you can find those extra tankers we're supposed to get. Yeah.
Russia sanctions. What's this one here? The Christos, a tanker called the Christos. There's one called the Safi Alpha. What's this over here? Jasmina. Jesus Christ, here. What's this red zone here? Iran marked hazardous area full of sea mines in this area right here. Well, wish them well in their endeavors. You know what I say? Let's see what the pizza map itself. Where the fuck is it? Is that it?
Oh, what are you looking for? The gay bars?
No, looking for strip clubs first.
I was looking at the pizza.
Oh, there's the deliveries. Yeah.
It's going from Extreme Pizza. Let's see here. Let's see what the gay bars are doing.
Oh boy.
There's the gay bar report.
There's one there.
Oh, little gay pub. It's closed. They're closed, man. What? It's Friday night. There should be all kinds of fudge packing happening right now.
Nice
I
uniform.
wore my sailor suit.
I was just gonna say that. Proctor.
Oh shit.
Mahoney.
Mahoney said it was a good salad bar.
What is this? Oh yeah. So did you hear that they dropped the charges of vandalism for the reflecting pond or the reflecting pond?
I mean, it was so obvious that that guy went in there with a machete and started swearing. And
yeah. Now it's like, and listen how they, because their boss said he caused damage and that damage was over $1,000. The reporter said, "How do you prove that?" Piero said, "With an expert." Post said this drunk bitch was lying and she damn well knew it, but her psycho boss told her to charge someone, so she did. She needs to be disbarred and sued into oblivion.
Absolutely.
And,
Who was it? Piero?
Yeah, Janine.
Yeah.
All these goddamn TV people that they're putting in there. Dr. Oz. For fuck's sake. I mean,
they need actors.
What the fuck, Dr. Oz? Who are you gonna have? You're gonna get Oprah in there too? Jesus
And
Christ.
Dr.
man.
Phil. Dr. Phil.
Phil. God damn it, man.
You get a vaccine, and you get a vaccine, and you get a vaccine.
Yeah, everybody gets a fucking vaccine. You dumb bitch.
Was this part of the pool specifically?
She's like 90.
Was the sealant already?
Nice plastic surgery.
Did he rip it back and just describe it in detail? Because he maintains that it looks the same as it did before he arrived. That's his.
You know, I'm not going to get into the evidence, but what I told you is what our witnesses saw and experienced. There was an effort, a violent effort to rip up the sealant from the bottom of the pool. And irrespective of whether or not, you know, we think that, you know, there is some situation that preceded it, we can state and prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he caused damage, and that damage is over $1,000.
Key in on that. How do you prove that $1,000?
With an expert. Come to the trial.
It has to be drained. Like, is that because it has to be?
You can. We will hear all that at the trial.
Tools, or was it just his bare hands?
Right now, we believe it's his bare hands, both hands.
So does that indicate in your belief that it was probably damaged before, or do you believe that he?
He damaged it.
Further, but do you believe it had already been damaged before?
He damaged the pool.
Before he touched it.
He damaged this pool.
But there have been, all these videos out.
Well, good. I'm glad you've got that evidence. Come on in the grand jury. You can testify. Next.
So they ended up dropping those charges against him and said that it was due to faulty installation.
Sue her
That's right.
friggin' crypt keeper looking ass. If they she
God
has
damn
to
right.
she has to shave her neck, they pulled the skin up from her freaking so high she gotta shave her chest.
You goddamn right. She got a fucking little triangle between her titties.
Yeah, I wonder what that triangle resists.
Little furry triangle between her titties.
What's your opinion on Infantino? If I can ask.
What is it?
Infantino?
Oh, what, the guy that built that? The guy that screwed the pool up?
Yeah.
No, the FIFA guy.
Oh, okay.
What Antifa guy?
FIFA.
Oh,
FIFA.
Oh,
Talking
FIFA
about the
guy.
league. Yeah.
Infantino, yeah.
He didn't do nothing, man. The fuck? He didn't cut up that
Nah. No, not to the pool. No, not to the pool.
pool. I don't
I'm
know.
on
who
about
the
World
green
Cup.
guy is.
Sorry, I'm taking it off course. That's my bad.
I don't even know who that guy is. I don't know anything about FIFA. I don't watch sports ball of any kind. I think it's a waste of time. I mean, it just doesn't entertain me. My dogs are entertained by a ball, but I'm not really. You know.
Oh, come
Anybody
on,
else
son. You don't...
got a
Oh, sure.
anybody else got a comment on that?
Oh, I'm checking my fantasy.
You want to hit it, D-Man? Or
I'm checking my fantasy league shit right now. I have no clue what any of it is.
Well, they're mostly a criminal organization, from what I know. That's the only thing I know about
What, FIFA?
Yeah.
What, FIFA? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, full
They all are.
billionaires who want to
NBA,
race soccer games.
Yeah, they're all been
MLB, NBA, NHL. They're all fucking corrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Basically, yeah.
I mean, they've caught baseball. I mean, they allowed them to take PEDs in the 1980s. They knew they were doing it, let them do it because they had the big, Sammy Sosa versus the Oakland A's guy there. I mean, they allowed this shit to happen. It happens in basketball where they don't do calls on purpose so they can make sports bets. I mean, they've been football. They have electronics in the football, which is something that somebody got a hold of the football and cut it open, and it's got some magnetic stuff inside that he says that they magnetize the the goalposts, and that's how they direct the football. He said you could
Go
kick
watch
that
a
thing
guy
on.
named Jackson Pay. Jackson Pay did a good documentary. I think he was a medical lineman. You know, go out they pull people, but he started looking at the plays they were throwing during the championship games. And
Guys purposely just missing shit, not reading. Yeah.
He's like,
no, but who here watched the World Cup? Who here likes football? Not soccer, but football, English soccer, football.
And we didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it at all.
No, I don't watch any.
So basically, who here knows Kylian Mbappe?
No clue.
Well,
I have no
talk to
clue.
Santero. He's
the French winger. Basically, he had in the World Cup, he had the football, and there's a big clip of him looking at the football, and there's clips going out there where the football bounced one way, the goalkeeper went to pick it up, and the ball went totally somewhere else towards an opposite player. Apparently, they were trying to give it to the Argentinians. Infantino's in massive shit. That's, I'm looking more into it. I don't know a lot into it right now, but I'm getting into it.
People used to think, television wrestling was real. That's how I look at it. It's
only real when something goes wrong.
Yeah, mainly sports is just made for betting. That's what it's come down to now.
I watch wrestling. I like it.
Yeah,
but things can go wrong. Things could go wrong with anything.
Yeah.
So what you're saying that Hulk Hogan and the Gravedigger aren't mortal enemies? Come on. You're ruining the whole thing for me, man. I don't know what to
King
do.
Kong Bundy's really a nice guy? No shit.
No, but that guy, what was it? Bret Hart, who came down and killed himself. That was an accident.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
His brother fell from a ceiling. Yeah, I remember that. His cousin, that's who it was.
I don't know. So here's my big question about this World Cup. And I've asked the same thing about the World Series and all these other fucking games. So is that over now, right? The World Cup, is it all over?
Oh yeah,
it's over now.
And who ultimately won that?
Spain won it.
Okay, Spain won it. And now what does that do for the entire world?
Fuck all. Nothing.
It doesn't matter at all. Nothing. None of it mattered. One fucking
Can
bit.
I tell you one thing?
Well, sure, I guess.
During the whole World Cup, I don't know if any of you have heard of this, there was one sending off for, look, I'm not having to go at anybody. I'm just saying this one thing. There was one sending off, I think it's Pagodan or somebody for USA, and Donald Trump went to Infantino, who's in charge of FIFA, and said, you have to rescind that red card, which means take that red card away, else you can't play the next game. And Infantino went, literally a couple of days later, went, yeah, he can play the next game. I don't know if anyone has heard that.
How does Donald Trump have any fucking authority over a game?
Well, he did. He
I know.
He told the president of FIFA,
didn't they give him a award?
A USA player was going to miss the next game. He goes, no, he's not. The next day, FIFA president goes, no, he's not going to miss his game now.
Didn't FIFA give him an award?
They did. They made a special award for Donald Trump.
Yeah, the FIFA Peace Award. He's the first annual recipient of it.
All I'm saying is, look at Spain lift the World Cup, and look how Infantino tries to move Trump out of the way, and Trump don't want to move. He wants to be in the picture. That's what I'm saying. Try and look it up, and you'll see that Trump does not want to move. He wants to be in the picture.
I saw that video. They tried to pull him out of it too, and he fought him.
Yeah. 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 And he didn't want to move.
There's a word for that. He's a ham, dude.
He wants to give himself the Congressional Medal of Honor. Yeah.
Should have given dickhead of the fucking year.
Well, he's going to try to. I don't know. These people are going, he's going to run for a third term. I said, he ain't going to live through this fucking term. You know?
He ain't going to live through this week the way he's going.
Oh, listen to this here.
This is the story of how they plan to turn the United States military against its own citizens. The plot was born from Donald Trump's first-term rage when his advisors refused to let him unleash troops on American protesters. His tiny hands were slapped away by the firm, stone-like hand of a stoic Mark Milley creature. In the shadows, ghouls like Stephen Miller and Jeffrey Clark furiously took notes. The solution, drafted by these Project 2025 ghouls, is to weaponize the Insurrection Act. The plan is brutally simple. Install a compliant attorney general who has pre-signed legal memos authorizing the move. Then, at the first sign of protest, or under any manufactured pretext, Trump will invoke the act, bypassing local authorities to deploy active duty soldiers in American cities. Expect to see the 82nd Airborne policing street corners. What it means is the final death of the Republic. It's a declaration of war on the American people, where the only insurrection is dissent itself. This is the story of how they plan.
What?
Well, we've already had ICE come in. We've had ICE come in our city streets and start doing tyranny there. So, I mean, why not the airborne? Why not the elite troops of who else is there? We get the SEALs are going to come in and start bombing boats and lakes. I don't know what's going to happen next.
I don't know what they're doing, man. I just know I'm done with it. That's it. I'm trying to get everybody else to realize they need to be done with it too. This is kind of cool. It's not very long, but rainbows from above. You know, we look at them on the ground, we see an arch, right? And they are viewed apparently from high altitude. They look like a circle. Check this out.
I've seen them.
That's fucking cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is
That's
fucking
better footage
cool.
than NASA has. That's better footage than. Never, sorry.
Oh, is this my guy? Hold on, wait a second. Is this our guy? I think it might be. Hold on.
Do you know what? I watched something the other day and it made me fucking laugh. I watched the remake of the Falklands War.
The what?
And it was all about the Argentinians hid behind the curvature to attack. And I was like, oh my God. What it's not a fucking egg, it's just hard to be we'll hide, hang on, the plane's just there. Right, let's get up, let's go around. Yeah. Oh, it's so funny.
God, I know they really try to push that so hard. It's sad. It's sad the people that glom onto it. They're really in love with the system. These are the people that go on. Their glory days were school. That was the best days of their lives were school, you know, and they really think that was something, you know, they don't really realize what it was. And consequently, they're holster sniffing bootlickers that'll do anything that an authoritative figure tells them to fucking do, you know?
I know, this is animated as well.
It's sad to see people reduced to that. It really is sad to see that. And they're proud of it. That's what's so funny is there. I'm a conditioned fucking slave and I'm proud. What? I'm well trained. I'm well trained. I like the system. Please give me a government dick in my butt.
Yeah. So you remember Maverick, right? They actually did that one scene where they went up high enough in the new Blackbird. We can see the curvature of the earth. They had to put that in the line too.
Goose.
The curvature of the earth. Look.
This poor fucking guy.
the smell of gas around you.
He's like, I'm gonna fucking quit. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna quit. I'm leaving right the fuck now. I'm gonna quit.
Just stand
Taking
behind
him.
me the whole time. He was the guy they hated. That's why they did it.
Golly.
What's his middle name? Guilt.
What?
His name.
His middle name is Guilt. By the looks of it.
I don't know what his name is.
His name is Ralph.
His name is I'm about to fucking beat the shit out of this shit stink right here in a minute.
Angel of darkness. Ooh, that smell.
Hey,
Oh,
Brian.
no.
What's up?
How you doing, brothers?
What's up, brother?
And sisters. If you're in there, sisters.
I just say good evening, you beautiful sons of bitches.
Good evening, Dave, you big diva.
You're a big, beautiful son of a bitch. How you doing today?
You legendary
I've got another
bastards.
little Brit here. What's on?
Who's that? Oh, it's Mustang Sully. How you doing, Mustang Sully?
Oh,
Right on.
they're gonna start talking native, and we won't know what the fuck is happening here.
All we need is
I can't talk Brian's language. He's from down there, down Bristol way, isn't it?
If Snowman
Yeah, I
comes
am.
on here,
You're right up the upper end, didn't you?
if Snowman comes on, I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
Oh my god.
If Snowman comes on, I'll go off to make it up.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Poor Snowman. He's a good guy.
I just wanted to say, Saab.
Can we prove the firmament?
Yes, we can.
I'm not a flat earther or a globe earther, but if you force me to pick one, I pick flat earth for the following reasons. For one, we might have a credible scientific explanation for the firmament. And if you click on this comment and watch the original video, you'll see what I mean. But to make a long story short, the ozone layer is comprised of O3. O3 freezes into a solid at 420 degrees below Fahrenheit. Outer space, and flat earthers don't give me a hard time about that term. It's outer space. It's space out there. It's the best term we have. The temperature of outer space is negative 450 degrees Fahrenheit, making it colder than the freezing point of oxygen. Therefore, it's highly possible that that oxygen is freezing up there into a glass-like substance. When oxygen freezes, it turns a light blue. Now, if oxygen is freezing at the top layer that touches space, right below that, it would be liquid oxygen, which would, of course, explain the waters above. So how would solid and liquid oxygen stay all the way up there? Well, as soon as it got warm, it turned into a gas, and then it just flowed up there. And then it get cold again and turn into water and ice. Here's where it gets really interesting. A lot of people will tell you that the rainbow is shaped like a bow because each individual water drop is circular. That's an absolute BS lie.
Yep.
The water provides a screen. The rainbow is always there. We just can't see it all the time. When the rainfall happens, then we see the rainbow. So the rainbow is always a bow. And why? Because the light that is emitted from the prism reflects the shape of the prism, because we live under a convex dome prism. Now, if you subscribe to the idea that the ice wall is all around the outside edges of the Earth, again, it would explain it connecting to the frozen firmament. When we get to the edge, we get to the coldest place out in outer space. And why is it so cold? Well, people need to understand what energy, temperature, and time actually is. There's lots of people saying that you can't have temperature without matter. That's absolutely untrue. You just can't measure it without matter. But mark my words, if you stuck your hand outside into space, it would freeze. So why does this happen? Because there's nothing energetic happening out there. Therefore, all the energy from your hand would leave and go out into space to try to equalize, right? Because nature, matter tends to try to find equilibrium in energy, in states of matter, etc., etc. Heat is directly correlated to energy. When something is energized, it heats up, right? So when you heat up a molecule, everything gets faster in there and it starts vibrating, right? That's energy. It requires energy for the molecule to vibrate. And the faster it vibrates, the more temperature it has, the more heat it has. So if you go out where there's no energy in outer space, which is very limited because all we're getting is the radiating energy from the sun, no convection, no conduction, matter is going to get frozen into its solid state very quickly, no matter what the matter is. All matter freezes into a solid state at 0 degrees Kelvin. Outer space is 5 degrees Kelvin. You only need 5 more degrees to be at absolute zero. And what happens at absolute zero? Time stops. Literally, time doesn't exist because what is time? Well, time is a construct created by human beings, and we use measurement devices to measure time. But those measurement devices need to be energized, whether it's hands on a clock or the rotation of electrons on a cesium atom. That requires energy to keep it into a cyclic state. It requires that energy. If there's no energy, if there's no temperature, then time doesn't pass. Interestingly enough, heaven is thought to be a timeless place. Well, technically, if heaven is outside of this firmament plane that we exist on, that it is in fact timeless if it gets to that place where there's no temperature. And for all the haters and trolls that are going to come into the comments and try to make fun of people that are interested in this theory, or people who try to speculate on it and ask more questions, if you just come and say, oh, you're dumb, but then don't explain yourself, understand that you're the one that looks like you're dumb. Looks like you're just trying to be the bully that doesn't understand something, like we're in grade school. I'm not saying I'm entirely right about all this, but these are some interesting ideas to play with, especially since most scientists up at the top lie to us all the time. We don't know who to trust, so we're speculating based on logic. So if you're interested in having a healthy conversation with another human being, ask some questions, have conversations in the comments. And if you're going to be a jerk and a bully because you can't wrap your head around these ideas, we're just going to block you.
For a guy that's not a flat earther or a glober, he sounds a lot like a flat earther.
Yeah.
Really
He keeps talking about outside the atmosphere. Well, you spoke about
there is, yeah.
You spoke about the firmament, but then you spoke about the outside atmosphere. So it's either one or the other.
Regardless of what's beyond our firmament, okay, the most glaring thing is the fact that a specific volume of gases cannot exist without physical containment. There it is.
They would escape. They would go somewhere else. They'd keep going.
Wouldn't have it.
And if you freeze,
he contradicted himself.
No, he didn't. You're not listening. He's not talking about outer space. He's talking about the space between us and it. The thing is, if you freeze most gases or liquids, they will become a solid eventually. They will slow down. They'll lose their energy. And that's what he's pointing out.
Everything has 3 states. Everything has, well, actually 4 physical states of matter. Is liquid, solid, gas, and plasma. Plasma is the 4th state of matter. So yeah, that's what's beyond that. And yeah, now some of that is a bit theoretical, but it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense for what this firmament, barrier, containment, whatever you want to call it, what it's comprised of, and how it could form there. But the bottom line is this: it has to be there. Now, what it's actually comprised of, and I do find that interesting, especially with the experiments they're doing with this blue ice that they find in Antarctica. They've been drilling it, and it's extremely super fucking cold. And when it melts, there's nothing left. It melts into a gas. So I find that pretty interesting. You know, it supports what that guy was saying. Meanwhile, amongst the herd, we got shit like this going on. Here was a woman. She was standing on the corner. She was filming the ICE agents, and this happened. What the fuck did he do that for? He presented no danger. He missed it. He missed it.
She did. She's fast.
She's fast. She got out of that. Got like ninja skills. But what the fuck was that for?
Stop her from
He
filming.
wasn't in any danger. You're not supposed to be using that shit as a compliance tool either.
Nope.
These people are out of control.
Back to the first.
He's got a badge on. She hasn't.
Well, that don't mean shit, dude. I got a badge on. I'm gonna
He's
go get
just
my
really
badge.
angry because he'll never be a real copper.
No.
So he's taking it out on the general public.
Oh. The Joker's back, y'all.
All right.
The Joker's back.
Took the children. They took the children right off the street. They groomed them and enslaved them. They peddled children on the black market through mediums like Wayfair. They took the media. They took the media that once used to inform the people of real truth, of what was actually happening. They took the voice that used to inform the masses and turned it into their propaganda machine. They've taken the very hope of the American dream for millions of Americans and crushed it in the palm of their hand. They've taken the same voice that put them in power and used that power to silence us, to crush us, to force us into a place of poverty, a place of just enough to survive, but not enough to fight back. What more do you have to lose? This isn't living. And you don't own what you claim you do anyway. The government will see to that. So what do you really have to lose? It's time to stand up. It's time. Let it all burn.
No, I agree. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, totally agree.
It's about where I'm at with this.
Not arguing with that.
Is your name Nero? Let it all burn, baby. Get the fiddles out.
Nero was a sick fucker, man.
Oh yeah, he was.
Oh, this is where Jingle Bells comes from. This is interesting. Now we're going to get into some insane asylums.
Oh boy.
That is the origin of the song called Jingle Bells. And One Horse Open Sleigh by J. Pierpont. It's all about the color with the bells around the necks of the sleigh. So the owners could hear when they were trying to flee. You can visit these bells at the Book Museum. So it is not a Christmas song for kids. You should read more about James Pierpont. The next time you should think twice before singing this song called Jingle Bells. So when those poor people were trying to flee, and the owners heard the sound coming off the jingle bells, they searched after them on the One Horse Open Sleigh. Now you know and understand the origin of the song called Jingle Bells on the One Horse Open Sleigh by Pierpont.
There you go, man.
Cheerful one. Yeah.
Promoting slavery and shit, man.
Well, that's another thing they fucking ruined.
Like Pinocchio and stories like that they're really dark. If you read the original tales that they wrote about it, it's like they're not like children's stories at all. None of those Grimm's tales were Made for kids.
There's some nightmarish people that wrote those. Grim was a good name for their for them, you know,
Oh, yeah.
because they were very grim stories.
Even like little nursery rhymes, the lyrics in them are horrific.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All these terrible accidents happening to kids like it's just an everyday event.
I know. I know. They promote this shit like it's normal. We always sing it to the kids. Ring Around the Rosie. That's about the bubonic plague.
Yeah, and if you fall down a hill and cut your head open, they're going to put vinegar on your head. That's going to help, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, good God.
All right, here's how you activate the subconscious mind.
How do you activate the superconscious mind? Here is the most powerful of all. We call this the master method of activation. It is called solitude. You activate the superconscious mind with solitude. Now, how do you use solitude? We call this go into the silence. Go and sit down quietly by yourself for 30 to 60 minutes. 30 to 60 minutes. Most people in our society have never sat quietly for 30 to 60 minutes in their entire lives. Yet I will tell you this method works 100% of the time. That any problem that you have, any difficulty, any challenge, any goal that you want to accomplish, if you'll go into the silence and sit quietly and then listen to the still small voice within, this is the key. You will find that at a certain point, probably at about 25 to 30 minutes, your mind will go completely clear. And then a flow of ideas will start to flow into your mind. You'll feel energy welling up inside you. And at a precise moment, as you sit there in complete silence, no cigarettes, no coffee, no music, nothing, just complete silence, at a particular moment, your mind will go clear and wham, exactly the answer you need will come at exactly the right time. And if you will get up and go and carry out that answer, it will turn out to be exactly perfect.
Got my big old guy over here wanting me to pet him. He's a sweet fella. My big old German Shepherd. He's old.
Is that Fabio?
Yeah. Where are you going, buddy? Oh, you missed your bed. Oh, he's going to the one in the front room, I guess.
Oh, is that Mr. Shadow?
No, that's not Moon Shadow. That's not Moon Shadow. That's Fabio. He's a golden shepherd. He's a great big
My missus likes that name though, Moon Shadow. Especially the way it's spelt as well, with a C in shadow.
She's a fucking brat. I'm gonna tell you that right straight up, man. And she knows she is too.
You got to blame the parents, Sav. Blame the parent. That's Susan Paul. You did it. You made her a brat.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm not. Well, I don't really complain about it. I laugh about it because it's funny as shit.
It's funny.
It really does. She thinks she's queen shit around here, you know.
Yeah.
And she'll be walking over toward me and shit, and I'll go, "Well, come here, Moon, give Daddy a kiss," and shit. And she'll turn around and walk the other way, take a couple steps, and then turn around and plop down on the ground, and then look up at me like, "Fuck you, you come to me," you know, like, "You little bitch, you be over here."
Who's
when
the
I'm
boss?
having. Well, yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And she don't just lay down. She'll find a place and then she goes plop. Like you can hear her hit the floor.
She's getting your attention, dude. She got your attention by doing it. What?
He's not going to be around much longer because he's running out of options to manage his congestive heart failure and chronic kidney disease. Let me explain. I'm a physical therapist with a doctorate in my field and 15 years experience working in home health care, treating geriatric patients with congestive heart failure, chronic kidney disease, all the shit that he has. So I've just received a DM from a source who can confirm for me that the president consistently smells like urine because of his urinary incontinence. This is on top of his bowel incontinence that he's been famous for years. The source also states that the president is receiving daily IV medications. This would explain why his hands bruise so frequently. If you're going to have daily IV medications, what would the medications be? Well, most likely it's IV diuretics to help the fluid off of his body, which, as you can see, is not really fucking working. So daily IV medications, probably along with IV fluids to keep him from getting dehydrated. Because remember, A diuretic medication is pulling fluid off of your body. It does this by acting on your kidneys and making you pee a lot more. This would explain why he's peeing all the time on himself and smells like pee. The trouble with the diuretics acting on the kidneys, they are nephrotoxic medications. You can only use them so often or so long before you develop AKI, or acute kidney injury. The vast majority of heart failure patients don't get daily IV diuretics. They take an oral diuretic of varying dosages and frequencies, whatever suits the patient's fluid retention issues the best. But remember, this piece of shit eats and drinks whatever he wants. He eats as much salt as he can get his little insider trading fingers on. This treatment plan is only constructed to keep him alive. It's not actually going to make anything better. As you can see, look at this shit. He's a dump truck. That nearly looks like abdominal fluid retention, like ascites, as if he had liver disease also. Another common question is, why would he allow them to put IVs in his hands so often when he is one of the most vain people to ever walk the face of the planet? Why put up with the bruising on the hands that he has to try to badly cover with makeup? There has to be a clinical reason for that, and I believe it's because he's also taking a blood thinner. They're probably not giving him a central line that could be concealed permanently because they're worried about his blood not clotting fast enough to prevent an emergency. All in all, he has multiple vital organs that are very sick and could do him in any day now. Happy Sunday. At this point, he's on 87 days of borrowed time. Who did he borrow the time from? Mitch McConnell. And I don't have to explain that. From when he should have drowned in his own interstitial fluid, been impeached, or they should have finished the process of invoking the 25th Amendment. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
That would explain the bruising on the hands, though. I mean, that's why you see that discoloration. Easy.
Oh yeah, that's obvious. I knew that he's getting IVs. I've seen that. Old people get that all the time. They're all the time having to get those injections and shit like that. My dad had those in the hospital, and they had to switch hands. Yeah.
He's not long for this world, dude. He's not. If his kidneys and his liver are failing, I mean, what else is there? You know, it's time to put Donald down. You know? Donald's going to do it to himself, though, isn't he?
Well, instead of using the blood thinners, he could try grounding, but I'm not going to tell him that.
I know.
He can get to fuck. Dirty Donald.
Okay, cool. We'll play that later. Remember the one I was playing yesterday with the guy in court, but it was real small. The guy fixed it and made it a little bigger. Yeah, so I'll do that again here. But first, this is all these insane asylums that popped up all over the place, all over the world. They all look the same. They all have this, like, what they call Victorian architecture and shit to them. They're like palaces. And we had one near where I lived growing up, and it's since been torn down. One right over here in Stanton, in Virginia. That was a regional, what was it? Northwestern, I think that's what it was called. And Northwestern State Hospital. It was pretty fucking crazy in there back in the day too. So what were they really for? What was this rash of people getting, just going crazy? And they just put them in these places. They had to build all these fucking places because everybody went fucking nuts for some reason. What was really going on? So let's take a look at that and see what we can find out. I got to do this.
It's called Inside Arkham or Bellevue, one of the two.
Bellevue, yeah, same thing.
You're walking past an old asylum, brick and limestone, Gothic windows, iron gates rusted shut. You think, mental hospital, Victorian-era psychiatry, primitive treatments. Now forget what you think you know. Imagine those people weren't insane. Imagine they were institutionalized for remembering something true, something impossible, something about the world before 1850 that wasn't supposed to be remembered. By 1890, there were over 2 million people in asylums across North America and Europe. An explosion, an epidemic of madness, they called it. But what if it wasn't madness? What if it was memory? It starts in a basement. It always starts in a basement. New York State Archives, Albany. Winter, 2019. I'm looking for something else entirely. Immigration records. Ellis Island manifests. Wrong floor, wrong wing. I pushed through a door that shouldn't have been unlocked. Asylum records. Boxes and boxes. The smell hits first. Mildew, old leather bindings, something sweet and rotten underneath. The boxes are labeled by institution. Hudson River State Hospital, Willard Asylum, Utica Psychiatric Center, dates running from 1865 to 1920. I pull a box at random. Willard Asylum for the Chronic Insane, 1887. 1889. The intake forms are handwritten, beautiful copperplate script that takes time to decipher. Name, age, occupation, reason for commitment, standard stuff. Then I see it. Patient speaks of great buildings of white stone that made the air different, claims these structures were everywhere before the war, describes elaborate water systems and air channels in walls, insists modern construction is primitive by comparison. Diagnosis, delusional disorder, with grandiose architectural fixation. One patient, one form. I keep reading. Patient maintains the old cities were brought down deliberately, describes watching demolition crews destroy perfectly sound structures in childhood, claims his father was a keeper of the old knowledge who was silenced. Diagnosis, paranoid psychosis with persecuting delusions. Another patient, aged 54, former stonemason, committed by family, refuses to accept modern building methods as proper construction, insists he learned his trade in the old way before the change, describes cutting stone according to harmonic frequencies and resonant dimensions, becomes agitated when told such methods are impossible. Diagnosis, occupational monomania with reality detachment. I sit back. The basement is cold. The fluorescent light flickers. 3 patients, 3 different intake dates, 3 variations on the same impossible claim. They remembered buildings that shouldn't have existed. I drive to Willard 3 weeks later. February. The lake is frozen. The asylum complex sits on a hill overlooking the water. Massive, sprawling, Gothic revival architecture with something older underneath. The main building is boarded up now, condemned. But the stonework is still visible. I walk the perimeter with a measuring tape and a camera. The foundation stones are enormous. Granite blocks, some of them 12 feet long, fitted with precision that makes the upper Victorian brick look amateur by comparison. I run my hand along the seams. No mortar in the lower courses. The stones are cut to interlock, weight distributed across angles that prevent shifting. This wasn't Victorian construction. I photographed the joints. The precision is wrong for 1869, the asylum's official construction date. The tolerances are too tight. We're talking variations measured in millimeters across stones that weigh several tons each. Then I notice the channels, carved into the foundation blocks, running vertically and horizontally, are narrow channels maybe 4 inches wide, 2 inches deep. They connect at precise angles, forming a network through the stonework. The official architectural plans, available through the County Historical Society, don't mention them. I measure the channel depth at multiple points. Exactly the same. The width exactly the same. The angles where they intersect. 90 degrees, 60 degrees, 30 degrees. Geometric precision. An orderly who's worked here for 30 years sees me measuring. He's curious, not hostile. You know what those are? I ask, pointing to the channels. He shrugs. Drainage, maybe? Old ventilation system? Building's been here forever. Nobody remembers. These go through the foundation. I say, drainage doesn't go through foundation stones. He looks closer. I can see him thinking. Then he shakes his head. Above my pay grade. Place has always been weird, though. Sounds at night, humming. Could be pipes, could be wind, could be the old patients my grandmother used to say. She worked here. Her mother did, back in the 20s. Said the old-timers, the ones who'd been here since before 1900, they all talked about the building remembering, like it was alive or something. Crazy talk. He pauses, but the humming's real. You hear it at night when the wind's right. I thank him and keep measuring. The channels run in patterns. Not random. They form a grid through the foundation, aligned to cardinal directions, north-south, east-west, and the intersections occur at regular intervals, every 12.8 feet. Why 12.8 feet? Why these specific angles? Why carve channels through foundation stones for an asylum in 1869, unless the asylum wasn't built in 1869, unless it was built on something that was already there? Utica Psychiatric Center, 1843 supposedly. Older than Willard. I drive there in March. Rain. The building is even more Gothic, more in towers, arched windows, the whole Victorian psychiatric aesthetic. I walk the grounds with permission from the Historical Preservation Society. They're curious why anyone cares about foundation stones. The lower courses are the same. Massive granite blocks, precision fitted, no mortar. Channels carved through them in geometric patterns. Same width, same depth as Willard. I measure the intervals, 12.8 feet. Exactly. I stand there in the rain, measuring tape in hand, and the impossibility settles in. 2 asylums, built 26 years apart, 150 miles from each other, sitting on foundations with identical geometric channel patterns, spaced at identical intervals. The Preservation Society director, a woman in her 60s, with an archaeology degree, comes out to see what I'm doing. What are these channels for? I ask. She's been working here for 20 years. We don't know, she says. The blueprints from 1843 don't show them. We think they were already here. The asylum was built incorporating an older structure, maybe a fort, maybe something from the colonial period. Colonial builders carved precision channels through granite foundation blocks. She doesn't have an answer. I show her my photographs from Willard. She stares at them, looks at the Utica foundations, looks back at the photographs. That's impossible, she says quietly. I know. Same measurements, exactly the same. She walks along the foundation, running her hand over the channels like I did. We found patient records from the 1850s, she says slowly. Some of them talk about the building, about how it felt wrong or remembered things. We always thought they were just, mentally ill. Can I see those records? She brings me to the archive room. Leather-bound intake ledgers, patient histories, doctor's notes. Patient becomes distressed when housed in South Wing, claims the walls speak and remember suffering. Insists the building is older than they say, and was repurposed from its true function. When asked what that function was, patient describes healing through resonance and air that carries medicine. Diagnosis: auditory hallucinations with architectural delusion. Another patient, former carpenter, age 61, committed 1856, refuses to work in asylum workshop, states the building offends him because it misuses the old structure beneath, claims he worked on similar buildings in his youth before they were torn down, describes channels in the stone that conducted specific frequencies for health maintenance, becomes violent when told such things are impossible. Diagnosis: violent monomania with technological delusion. I photograph the pages. The director watches me. You think they were remembering something real, she says. I think 2 asylums built decades apart on foundations with identical engineering that shouldn't exist in either period is worth investigating. She nods slowly. There are others, other asylums from this era. All over New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, all built the same way. We assumed it was just the Victorian psychiatric architecture movement. Big institutions, Gothic style. But if the foundations are all, I need to see them, I say. April, the trees are budding. Hudson River State Hospital is a ruin now. Massive Victorian complex, abandoned since 2003. The main building is accessible, if you're careful. I'm careful. The foundation is the same. Granite blocks, channels, patterns. I measure 12.8 feet. But here, I find something new. The channels aren't just carved into the stone. They're lined with a thin layer of copper that's turned green with age. The copper is embedded into grooves within the channels. Precision metalwork inside precision stonework. I photograph it from every angle. The copper is original, oxidized to the same degree as the stone is weathered. This wasn't added later. Why copper lining in stone channels in an asylum foundation? I explore the basement. There are more channels here, visible where walls have collapsed. They run through the floor, up into the walls, branching and connecting like a circulatory system through the entire structure. In one room, I find graffiti, old graffiti, scratched into plaster that's falling away in sheets. The building knows. It remembers the healers. We are not mad. 1891. Below it, in different handwriting. They put us here because we remember. GW. Patient 4,721 inches, and below that, barely visible. Father said the old cities sang. He wasn't lying. They locked him here. Then me. 1887. I stand in that ruined room for a long time, camera in hand, reading the words of people declared insane more than a century ago. What did they remember? Back in Albany, I start pulling records systematically. Asylum construction and expansion in the United States and Canada, 1850, 1900. The numbers are staggering. 1850, 37 asylums, total capacity approximately 11,000 patients. 1870, 174 asylums, capacity 186,000 patients. 1880, 290, 8 asylums, capacity 674,000 patients. 1890, 440, 100 and faces, capacity 2,141 asylums, Capacity 2,100,000 patients. An increase of over 2 million institutionalized patients in 40 years. The official explanation: industrialization, urbanization, immigration, poverty, better diagnosis of mental illness. But I start reading the diagnostic categories from that period. The terms they used: reality detachment, historical delusion, temporal disorientation, architectural monomania, structural memory disorder. These aren't general psychiatric terms. They're specific. They describe specific types of delusions. Delusions about buildings, about history, about the old world. I find a medical journal from 1887, published in Philadelphia. An article by Dr. Edmund Clark titled, "The Epidemic of Architectural Delusion Among the Lower Classes." He describes it as a curious phenomenon affecting primarily immigrants and older laborers who insist that modern construction methods are inferior to those of previous generations and that great structures were systematically destroyed in recent decades. Dr. Clark attributes this to nostalgia disorder combined with resentment of industrial progress and recommends firm institutional correction, but he lists symptoms, and the symptoms are detailed. Patients describe buildings made of white or creamstone with carved channels for air and water, geometric precision impossible with modern tools, structures that produced beneficial frequencies, demolition of sound buildings for no clear reason, families who spoke of the old knowledge, punishment for speaking about what came before. These aren't random delusions. This is specific. This is pattern. May. Warm. The hospital is still operating, but the old section from 1859 is preserved as a historical building. I photograph the foundation. Same stones, same channels, same measurements. 12.8 feet. The hospital archivist, a historian named Patricia Chen, gives me access to old patient records after I explain what I'm researching. "You're not the first," she says. "We had a researcher here in the 90s looking at the same thing. She was writing about Victorian psychiatric practices, but she kept getting distracted by the patient testimonies, said they all sounded the same. What happened to her research? Never published. She stopped responding to emails. I tried to follow up a few years later. Her university said she'd moved overseas, didn't leave a forwarding address. She brings me boxes of intake forms and patient correspondence. The letters are heartbreaking. My dearest Margaret, they say I am mad because I speak of what Father taught me. I am not mad. The cities were real, the buildings sang. I heard them as a child before the demolitions. Father said we must not forget, even when they make us forget. They brought me here for remembering. Please believe me, I am not mad. Your loving brother, Thomas. January 1870. 6 another. To my son, if you receive this, know that I spoke truth. The old world was real. I worked on those structures as an apprentice. I cut stone according to the harmonic measurements my master taught me. When I refused to use inferior methods, they called me mad. Perhaps I am mad to insist on truth when lies are safer, but you deserve to know. Your grandfather was a builder in the old tradition. They erased that tradition. They institutionalized those who remembered. Your father, Heinrich, August 1882. I read dozens of these letters. They were never sent. They remained in the hospital files, labeled patient correspondence, delusional content. Patricia watches me read them. They all say the same thing, she says quietly. Different words, different backgrounds, different years, but the same story. Something about before, something about buildings, something about being silenced. Do you think they were crazy? She doesn't answer immediately. Then I think the foundations of this building are impossibly precise for 1859. I think the channels in the stone serve no function I can identify. I think 2 million people in asylums by 1890 is a lot of people, and I think these letters are too specific, too consistent, to be random delusions. She pauses. But I'm an archivist, not a psychiatrist. What do I know? Buffalo State Asylum, New York. June. I'm driving across upstate New York now, following the asylum trail. Buffalo State Asylum. 1880. Kirkbride design. Long wings radiating from a central administrative building. The foundation. Granite blocks, copper-lined channels, 12.8-foot intervals. But here, the channels aren't just in the foundation. They run up through the walls. I can see them where renovations have exposed the interior structure. Narrow copper-lined channels rising from the foundation through the brickwork, branching into smaller channels that spread through the entire building. It's a system, a network. I hire a local engineer to bring ground-penetrating radar. We scan the foundation. The channels extend below ground level. They go down at least 20 feet, deeper than any asylum foundation should go. They branch into a subsurface network that spreads beyond the building footprint. The engineer, a man named James, who's worked on historic building preservation for 30 years, stares at the radar images. This is older than 1880, he says. This is older than anything in Buffalo. This is foundation work from, I don't know. This is engineering that doesn't make sense. Why? Because you don't build like this for an asylum. You don't need channels this precise, this extensive, this deep for a mental hospital. This is infrastructure for something else, something that required exact geometric spacing, exact depth, exact material composition. What? He shakes his head. I have no idea, but it wasn't for housing mentally ill patients. This was designed for something specific, something technical. I show him the measurements from Willard, Utica, Hudson River, Philadelphia. He stares at the numbers. They're all the same, he says. All of them. Same spacing, same dimensions, same materials. How is that possible? What if the asylums were built on top of existing structures? What structures that 2 million people remembered? Structures they were institutionalized for remembering. He looks at me for a long moment. You're saying these asylums were built to house people who knew what these foundations really were. I'm saying it's a possibility worth investigating. He nods slowly, still looking at the radar images. I worked on a restoration project at the old Chicago courthouse 15 years ago. We found the same thing. Granite foundation blocks, copper channels, geometric patterns. Went down 30 feet. We couldn't explain it. The architect said it must be some Victorian innovation nobody documented. But it was there before the courthouse. We were building on top of it. Did you publish that finding? We tried. The journal rejected it, said it was speculative and unsupported by historical documentation. We dropped it. Do you still have the measurements? In storage somewhere? I could look. Please. Summer. I extend the search to Canada and Europe. Montreal. The Long Point Asylum, built 1873. Same foundations. Same channels. Same intervals. Toronto. The Provincial Lunatic Asylum, built 1850. Same engineering. London. The Middlesex County Asylum, built 1831. Same stonework. Same precision. Same copper-lined channels running through impossible foundations. Berlin, the Charité Psychiatric Facility, expanded in 1868. Same patterns. Vienna, the Lower Austrian Regional Asylum, built 1869. Same foundation network. I'm measuring the same structure in 7 countries across 2 continents. This wasn't regional. This wasn't cultural. This wasn't architectural fashion. This was systematic. This was coordinated. This was global. And it existed before the asylums were built on top of it. I collect patient records from every asylum I visit. The testimonies are consistent.
Weedlander, how much weed have you landed, my man? What in the fuck are you talking about in there, man? Anybody been keeping up with Weedlander in the chat there? What the fuck are you talking about, brother? Come on.
From London, 1879. Patient insists she remembers great white buildings throughout the city before the demolitions of the 40s. Claims these structures maintained the air quality and prevented disease. States her grandmother was a keeper who knew how to tune the buildings for optimal health effects. Diagnosis: grandiose delusion with obsessive architectural fixation. From Berlin, 1885. Patient, aged 67, former metalworker, describes his apprenticeship in the old workshops where they shaped copper according to harmonic principles for installation in the city structures. Claims this knowledge was suppressed after reunification and that he was warned not to speak of it. Became agitated and was committed after persisting in public demonstrations of obsolete techniques. Diagnosis: technological monomania with paranoid features. From Vienna, 1891. Patient maintains that her father was a builder of the old empire who worked on the frequency towers throughout Austria-Hungary. Describes these structures as white stone spires that sang at certain hours. Insists they were systematically dismantled in her childhood. Claims her father was silenced for refusing to participate in demolitions. Diagnosis: inherited delusional disorder. From Montreal, 1876. Patient speaks of the harmonious city that existed before the burning. Describes elaborate stone buildings with carved channels that carried pure air. States his grandfather maintained one such building and taught him the frequencies of health. Was committed after refusing modern medical treatment and insisting the old buildings healed better than doctors. Diagnosis: medical delusion with architectural obsession. The pattern is too consistent. Different languages, different countries, different decades. Same story. Buildings that healed, structures that maintained air quality, systems that operated on geometric and harmonic principles, knowledge that was suppressed, families that were silenced, and 2 million people institutionalized for remembering it. I examine the psychiatric terminology of the period more carefully, the diagnostic categories used most frequently for these patients. Architectural monomania, obsessive focus on buildings and construction, temporal disorientation disorder, confusion about historical timelines, structural memory delusion, false memories about buildings, harmonic fixation, obsessive discussion of frequencies and resonance, systemic persecution complex, belief in coordinated suppression, inherited knowledge disorder, claiming to possess information from previous generations. These aren't standard psychiatric terms. These are specific categories created to describe specific delusions. Delusions about architecture, about history, about suppressed knowledge, about inherited information, about systematic erasure. I find an 1889 psychiatric manual published in New York titled Classification of Modern Mental Disorders. It dedicates an entire chapter to delusions of the lost world. The author, Dr. Silas Merrick, describes this as a peculiar form of madness affecting primarily the lower and immigrant classes, characterized by persistent belief in a technologically superior past that has been deliberately erased. He lists symptoms: insistence on precision measurements in construction, descriptions of vanished structures, claims of family knowledge about old building methods, resistance to modern construction techniques, belief in coordinated demolition programs, reports of institutional punishment for speaking about the old ways, emotional distress when confronted with modern buildings. Dr. Merrick recommends immediate institutionalization for such patients, stating they are dangerous to social progress and must be isolated to prevent the spread of these delusions to susceptible populations. The manual was distributed to asylums across North America and Europe. It provided a framework for diagnosing and institutionalizing people who remembered. August. Heat. The hospital is abandoned now, scheduled for demolition. I explore before it's gone. The foundation is the same. But in the basement, I find something new. Inscriptions carved into the granite blocks themselves, not patient graffiti, carved deeply into the stone, professional work, mathematical formulas, geometric diagrams, measurements in units I don't recognize. I photograph everything. One block has a diagram showing a cross-section of a wall with channels at specific intervals. Arrows indicate flow direction. Numbers mark angles and depths. Another block has what looks like a frequency chart, wavelengths, amplitudes, resonant points. A third has architectural drawings of a dome structure with precise mathematical annotations. These aren't decorations. These are technical specifications, and they're carved into the foundation stones of an asylum built in 1877. Who carved them? When? Why? I find a partial inscription near the floor. Repository of the old knowledge. May those who come after remember what we were forced to forget. 1868, below it in different handwriting. They called us mad for remembering. But the stones remember too. 1883. I sit in that basement for an hour, surrounded by carved stone that remembers engineering we're not supposed to know existed. I start searching for demolition records from the 1850s to 1890s. What were they tearing down to build these asylums? The records are fragmented. Many are missing, but what survives is telling. New York, 1867. Authorization granted for demolition of the Whitstone Public Health Complex to make way for Willard Asylum for the chronic insane, structure deemed obsolete and unsuitable for modern use. Philadelphia, 1858. Demolition order, the Resonance Institute Building Complex. Reason, outdated health facility incompatible with current medical understanding. Salvageable materials to be repurposed for construction of the Pennsylvania Hospital for the Insane. Boston, 1863. Authorization for dismantling of the Harmonic Wellness Towers. Reason, dangerous pseudo-scientific infrastructure. Stone foundation to be incorporated into Worcester State Hospital. Whitestone. Resonance Institute. Harmonic Wellness. What were these places? I find a description in a Boston newspaper from 1862, written before the demolition. The so-called Harmonic Wellness Towers, relics of a bygone era of medical superstition, stand as monuments to ignorance. These structures, with their elaborate stone channels and geometric precision, were claimed to maintain health through architectural resonance, a notion now thoroughly discredited by modern science. The City Council has wisely voted for their removal. They existed. They were real structures, and they were demolished specifically to build asylums in their place, buildings that supposedly maintained health through resonance, torn down and replaced with institutions to house people who claimed such buildings existed. September, autumn coming early. The asylum is partially preserved, partially ruins. I find more patient records in the Historical Society. Patient 3847, admitted 1888. My name is Sarah Whitfield. I am 43 years old. I am not insane. My father worked as a maintenance keeper at the old Capitol Health structure in Montpelier. He taught me how to read the resonance channels, how to identify blockages, how to clear the copper lines. When I was a child, people came to these buildings when they were ill. The buildings helped them heal. I saw it. Then they tore them down, Father protested. They threatened him. He stopped speaking about it. But he taught me in secret. He said someone must remember. When the structures were demolished, people got sicker. The air changed. Disease spread. I tried to tell the town council. I showed them my father's notes about the channel systems, the harmonic frequencies, the geometric requirements. They called me mad. They brought me here. I am not mad. I am a witness. The old world was real. The buildings worked. They suppressed this knowledge deliberately. I will die here for remembering. But perhaps someone will read this one day. Perhaps someone will believe. The stones, no. The foundations, remember. We are not all mad. The intake form stamped over her statement. Diagnosis: severe architectural delusion with persecutory complex. Recommend permanent institutionalization. Sarah Whitfield died in the asylum in 1904, 16 years after admission. Her delusion was carved into the foundation stones of the very building that held her. I try to track down other researchers who investigated this pattern. Dr. Elizabeth Morrison, historian, University of Pennsylvania, published articles on Victorian asylum construction in 1991. Research abruptly ceased. 1995. University records show she relocated overseas. No forwarding address, no subsequent publications. Professor James Halloway, architectural historian, Cambridge University, presented preliminary findings on anomalous foundation engineering in 19th century psychiatric facilities at a conference in 1988. Paper never published. Withdrew from academic work in 1989. Current whereabouts unknown. Dr. Sarah Chen, the Pennsylvania hospital archivist mentioned earlier. I try to contact her. No response. I call the hospital. She no longer works here. They won't say why or provide contact information. The researcher Patricia Chen mentioned from the 90s. I search academic databases. Nothing. No published work under her name after 1994. 4 researchers, all stopped investigating. All disappeared from academic record. The pattern of silencing didn't end in 1890. October. I return to Willard Asylum. I bring better equipment this time. Ground-penetrating radar, acoustic resonance detector, a frequency analyzer. The foundation channels aren't just carved stone. They're a system. I map the network. It extends 40 feet below ground level. It branches into the surrounding earth, connecting to similar channel systems in nearby structures. An old courthouse, a former grain mill, a demolished church foundation I find records of. This was a network. An infrastructure, citywide, possibly countywide. I set up the frequency analyzer at different points along the channel system. Even now, abandoned for decades, I detect low-frequency resonance in the stone. Baseline, 7.83 Hz. The Schumann resonance, the Earth's natural electromagnetic frequency. The channels are aligned to amplify it. The copper lining, the geometric spacing, the precise intervals, it's all designed to resonate at Earth's fundamental frequency. I test the acoustic properties. The channels carry sound in specific ways. Certain frequencies propagate clearly, others are dampened. The system is tuned. An engineer I've brought along, a woman named Dr. Rachel Kim, who specializes in acoustic architecture, runs her own tests. This is deliberate, she says. This is engineered for specific acoustic and electromagnetic properties. The spacing, the materials, the geometry. It's all calculated for resonance at precise frequencies. Could this affect health? Theoretically, there's research on the biological effects of extremely low-frequency electromagnetic fields. The Schumann resonance has been linked to circadian rhythms, neural function, general well-being. If you built a structure that amplified and distributed that frequency evenly, she trails off. It's theoretical. But if someone actually built this, actually achieved stable resonance distribution through architectural design, it would work. It might work. I'm not saying it did, but the engineering here is sophisticated enough that it might have worked. We stand in the autumn wind, looking at the foundations of an asylum built to house people who said the old buildings healed. The foundations of one of those old buildings is beneath us, carved with instructions, embedded with copper, designed for resonance, and 2 million people were institutionalized for remembering it existed. I sit in my research office, surrounded by photographs, measurements, patient testimonies, demolition records, asylum intake forms. The questions multiply. What were these structures really for? The evidence suggests health maintenance through architectural resonance, but we don't have complete structures to study, only foundations, only fragments. Only the testimonies of people declared insane. Who built them? The patients call it the Old World. They date it vaguely to before 1850. But the engineering suggests knowledge we're told didn't exist in that period. Precision stone cutting, harmonic engineering, electromagnetic understanding. Why were they demolished? Official records say obsolete, dangerous, pseudoscientific. But what if they worked? What if free, architectural health maintenance threatened emerging pharmaceutical medicine? What if the knowledge threatened institutional control? Why were the rememberers institutionalized? 2 million people, across 2 continents, all diagnosed with variations of remembering the wrong history, all housed in buildings built on the foundations of what they remembered. The cruelty is precise. Who coordinated this? The demolitions happened simultaneously across countries. The asylum construction followed identical patterns. The diagnostic categories were standardized internationally. Someone organized this. Some institution. Some authority with global reach. Why does the suppression continue? The researchers who investigated disappeared. The records are fragmentary. Access to asylum basements is restricted. The foundations are scheduled for demolition. Someone is still protecting this secret. What else was erased? If global architectural health infrastructure was demolished and memory of it was institutionalized as madness, what else was forgotten? What else did the old world have that we're told never existed? Will we remember again? The stones remember. The copper remains. The frequencies still resonate in abandoned foundations. The patient testimonies survive in locked archives. We can measure what persists, but can we rebuild what was destroyed? Can we recover what was forbidden? I stand at Willard Asylum one final time. November. The first snow. The building is empty. The patients are long dead. The doctors are long dead. The families who committed their fathers and mothers and siblings for the crime of remembering, they're all gone. But the stones remain. The foundation blocks, precisely cut, copper-lined, geometrically perfect, still sit in the earth, still hum with faint resonance, still carry the carved instructions of builders we're not supposed to know existed. 2 million people were institutionalized by 1890. 2 million witnesses. 2 million voices silenced. They spoke of buildings that healed, structures that maintained air quality, systems that distributed beneficial frequencies, knowledge that was suppressed, families that were punished, infrastructure that was demolished and replaced with the very institutions that imprisoned them for remembering it. We called them mad, but their delusions are carved into the foundations of the asylums that held them. Their impossible memories are embedded in copper beneath our feet. Their false history can still be measured with modern instruments. They weren't mad, they were witnesses, and we erased them the same way we erased what they witnessed, systematically, globally, with medical authority and legal force. The official history says they were mentally ill, that the asylums cared for them, that the diagnoses were legitimate, that the treatments were appropriate, that the institutional expansion was necessary and humane. But the foundations argue back. The stones remember what the institutions tried to forget. Somewhere in a locked archive, more patient letters remain unread, more testimonies remain labeled delusional content, more evidence sits waiting for someone to believe it. Somewhere, a descendant carries a story passed down in whispers. Great-grandfather wasn't crazy. He knew something real. They locked him away for knowing. Somewhere beneath a modern structure, old foundations wait with their channels in copper and geometric precision, humming faintly at 7.83 Hz, resonating with the frequency of Earth itself, remembering what they were built to do. The old world was real. The buildings worked. 2 million people paid with their freedom for refusing to forget, and the stones, patient and silent, still carry the evidence of their truth. The asylum at Willard sits empty on its hill above Seneca Lake. The wind moves through broken windows. The foundation stones settle imperceptibly, as they have for decades, for centuries, for however long they've actually been there. In the basement, if you listen closely on quiet nights, some say you can hear it, the hum, the resonance, the memory of what buildings used to be. The patients heard it too. They wrote about it in letters that were never sent, in testimonies that were filed as delusions, in graffiti carved into walls of the rooms that held them. The building remembers, they said, and they were right. Perhaps that's what frightened their jailers most. Not that the patients were mad, but that they were sane. Not that they were delusional, but that they were witnesses. Not that they needed to be cured, but that they needed to be silenced. Because if 2 million people remembered the old world, how many more were there who remained silent, who learned to forget, who taught their children to never ask about the old buildings, the old knowledge, the old ways? How many of us carry that silence now, inherited across generations, not knowing what we're not supposed to remember? The foundations wait, the stones remember, the copper still conducts, and somewhere in basements and archives and forgotten corners of preserved institutions, the evidence remains, patient and persistent, ready for those with eyes willing to see what we were told never existed. The old world was real. They were not mad. And the truth, like frequency through stone, cannot be suppressed forever. It only waits to resonate again.
So that's so powerful.
I've said that for a long time, man. I said, that's crazy. I think it was the people that would refuse to go along with the new program. You know, the people that refused to go along with the new narrative. They said, oh, we can't have you talking. I don't think I'm sure that there were some legitimately fucking crazy people, but you know, I think it was more censorship than it was anything else. You know,
it's like my mum used to say to me, it's the old reset and now we're on the new reset.
I think it probably happened again. Maybe not. Maybe pretty soon. You know,
every 150, 250 years.
Maybe. That's possible.
Yeah. Sad as fuck, isn't it?
All right, here we go. This D-Man fell asleep on us. He might have. He's been working. Wow. Liberland? Where's that at there, Weedlander? You really talk about some crazy shit, man. I don't know what's going on with this guy. MK Ultra is scary shit. Yes, I know about that. The MK Ultra. The go down the Manson rabbit hole with that one, boy. Holy shit. Dr. Jolly West. Crazy shit. Okay, yeah, we'll do this one here in a little bit. I wanted to see what's going on out here in the real world real quick.
Real world? What is the real world?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, yeah, that thing. Okay. So it's no, I ain't gonna do that either. That's too much. Here's a moment Donald Trump shit his pants at Notre Dame back in 2024. Yeah, he shit his pants there at Notre Dame too. Everybody was making fun of him. What is this? Trump lies all the time. Cheer when he says he'll end the war between. Oh yeah, here you go. Let's go with it. Let's see things that didn't age well. Oops, shit. Gotta do. I keep doing that. I have to, a procedure
things
here.
that didn't age well.
Things that don't age well. Yeah, here, let's listen to.
Oh, right.
I'll end that war between those two countries in 24 hours. It won't even take that long.
Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled.
I will end that war in one day. It'll take 24 hours.
I would fix that within 24 hours. And if I win, before I get into the office, I will have that war settled. 100% sure. If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours. Within 24 hours, that whole thing will be settled. It'll be settled.
I will get it settled before I even become president.
Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the horrible war between Russia and Ukraine totally settled. I'll have it done in 24 hours. And it will take me no longer than one day.
But as a candidate, you said you would have this war settled in 24 hours.
Well, I was being a little bit sarcastic when I said that. I would. What I really mean is I'd like to get it settled, and I think I'll be successful.
Well, I was being hyperbolic, you know. Just.
I'm going to beat you all up by tomorrow.
I'm
going to beat you all up by tomorrow.
I was just trying to
give me a couple of years.
I didn't mean that. I was just trying to get your vote, you know. That's all.
I know, I did. Oh, so funny. So funny. What a wanker.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. Here's some more of those old fucking buildings. Look at this shit. This is crazy. You look at some of these fucking old buildings. Horses and carts and hand tools building these fucking things too. I don't buy it. I don't buy it one fucking bit. Look at this shit. This is, and I've seen places like this.
How did people with horses, carts, and hand tools build structures like this? Really think about that. No electricity, no modern cranes, no power tools. Yet in 1386, construction begins on the Milan Cathedral, an enormous structure covered in thousands of statues, pinnacles, and intricate pieces of marble, with towers eventually reaching more than 300 feet into the sky. And they weren't working with lightweight materials. They were transporting enormous quantities of marble from quarries miles away, then somehow lifting and carving that stone high above the city. But Milan isn't an isolated mystery. Go back even further. In 1296, construction begins on Florence Cathedral. Then they build something that still seems almost impossible, Brunelleschi's dome. The dome alone is estimated to weigh around 37,000 metric tons and contains more than 4 million bricks, and it was constructed more than 500 years before the modern tower crane. Now go to Germany. Construction on Cologne Cathedral begins in 1248. The finished cathedral rises more than 500 feet into the air. Around 300,000 tons of stone were used in the structure. Then there's Notre Dame de Paris. Construction begins around 1163. Massive stone vaults rise above the floor, supported by precisely engineered columns and flying buttresses. So, what if there is something about old world architecture we've forgotten? What if the people who built these structures possessed knowledge or technology that was eventually lost?
Yeah.
Exactly. Hang on. These days,
now, hold on.
we can't do fuck all with all technology, but back then with a couple of horses, with no water, no nothing, no technology, yet they can do that in 15 million times the time we can do it now.
Yeah, right. Jeeps, before you go to giving any shit to Rock about that, there's writings and chronicles that indicate that where they stated that at night the angels would take over for the work crews and they worked twice as fast as men. So I don't know, man. I know that there wasn't building that shit with chisels and donkeys and fucking carts and shit like that. Come on.
But these days, it takes us 50 years to build us a little church.
All we can build are rectangles. That's all our culture can do. We build rectangles. That's about it.
And why don't we have any of them buildings left? And why have they all burned down? They've all burned down.
I know, that's what's crazy too. Stone structures burning.
Not knocked down, not built down, not, burn. Because it's a new reset. That's what my mum taught me. It's a new reset.
What in the fuck?
That's what I've learned, and that's what I'm telling you. That's all I know.
Oh, Nazi tattoos on ICE agents. What is this? They captured a steady stream of what appeared to be UH-60 Black Hawk choppers in stealth mode hovering over the West Palm Beach courthouse building. Interesting. I'm just seeing if we find anything interesting here that we can look at. It's because I don't know. I haven't kept up a whole lot with the news cycle here recently. Last couple days, just kind of, spot here, spot there. What the fuck is this here?
I glanced around a little bit, but it wasn't much going on. It was just a bunch of pundit stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what we got coming over here on the 12th. We got the solar eclipse. I bet you guys are going to miss out on that.
Yeah. I know. That's the whole thing about that. I don't really care. I mean, it's neat and everything like that. But people make a big fucking deal about it. And it's like, You know, they happen a lot. They happen all the time. And it's not, you know,
Oh,
what's so big deal about it, you know?
they
I
said
don't
the
know.
last time it happened was like 30 odd years ago, but I remember my last job and it happened like 15 years ago. So I was like,
Well, we
oh
just
no,
had
this is
it.
only 10% off.
We
And
had a
that
couple.
was like,
We
yeah,
had a
so
couple here. Yeah, we had a couple in the last couple of years, you know, big fucking deal. Okay.
they take a couple of percent off and they go, oh no, but this one was 50,000,000 years ago, but it's 1% less than the last one. Oh, fuck off.
It's a sign.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, isn't it? It's the same fucking thing.
Oh, what is
I'm
this?
looking
He
forward
said-
to it because I like it, but
It's a sign,
So-
so
it's going to get dark for a couple of minutes at about 7 o'clock, and then an hour later, it's going to get dark.
Right, and
Who
you'll never
gives
see the moon.
a
You'll
shit?
never see, and you'll never actually see the moon.
No, you just see something else. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you don't see it. You don't see the moon enter the sun. You don't see the moon exit the sun. You only see the sun block out as though there's some kind of a
something
turned
else.
edge
Yeah.
thing.
dinner plate.
Yeah.
No, what the fuck, you know?
I don't know. It's
But we
meaningless to
all
me.
find it a spectacle. So we all look up and go, wow. And then we all fuck off and go and have a tea. End of.
Anyway, this just came out.
And they'll make a deal. As an example, we'll talk about nuclear, and we'll be in there talking about nuclear for 7 hours. I say, why do you need 7? You can take 10 minutes. You have 5 minutes. You should solve it. But 7 hours, and then they'll go out, and I'll say, they discuss nuclear. And they'll go out and they'll say, we never discussed nuclear. And I say, why do they say that? All they do is make me angry. You know, they just make me angry. And they'll make it.
Well, because they won't do what you want them to. That's all. Of course, it makes you angry. You're a control freak.
Yeah.
See, I guess the newest thing is all the immigrants piling into Morocco.
Yeah, I saw that too. Spain.
Or from Morocco, rather.
Yeah.
Ask me what I was doing for the last hour.
Fighting with a troll.
Piling
Yeah,
into Spain?
I changed my plug wires and oil and my filter.
Oh.
I told you I got to do something. That's what I was doing. Got to go. I'll be back. It's done now. Nice.
We had a news thing. We had news thing the other day, and there was like I don't know what it was. It was just I don't know equipment, and there was a news feed. We always get news feeds. More immigrants die trying to get into Britain. We get it every day.
Well, those poor bastards, you know, I guess they're going to die or something. I don't know, man. Why do we have all these immigrants? Where are they coming from and why?
Exactly. Yeah.
What's happening in their home that making them flee like they are?
You think it's
if
weaponized?
you know Tesco, every little helps.
You think it's weaponized, Sov?
Like
weaponized migration?
Yeah, man. I think it is. I think it's by design. 100%.
Try to kill a society off, or try to flood it with a ton of people, and then say, "Oh, look at how those people are treated. Oh, they're not given apartments and gold chains and cars immediately. Oh my God, those poor people."
Blame somebody else. Yeah.
Watch what these Amish people do in one day.
Yeah.
Like
Look at that.
ants.
That's fast.
And you know that somebody there is named Jacob.
And don't forget Ishmael. I mean Isaac. Sorry. I mean.
Or Ben.
Ezekiel. Hezekiah.
Look at him go.
Oh yeah, they're moving.
Son of a bitch.
I need some rebuilt.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out here on the left on this wall. It doesn't even look like. Looks like they got studs, but no top plate. Well, they do put the top plate on after they do. Yeah, probably it's easier to stand the wall. They don't have to. I build them laying down and then we stand them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Amish, isn't it?
Yeah, the Amish.
So, do you have a miter box? Yeah.
Do I have what?
A miter box. Do you have a miter box?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Dude,
I got just about everything. I got a compound miter saw. I got fucking jigsaw, reciprocating saw, oscillating saw, 7 1/4 inch skill saw, battery end corded. I got a 5 1/4 inch skill saw for little rips and shit like that here and there. I got a band saw. I got fucking brad nailer, trim nailer. I got all kinds of fucking shit, man. Table saw.
That's right. I mean, I think this off, so I wouldn't know.
Drill press, grinder, bench grinder. I got all kinds of fucking shit. So I'm ready. I'm ready. Whatever. Bring it on. I'll do it. If I ain't got the tool, I'll go get that motherfucker somewhere. I'm serious, man. It's like I'm all about making it easier as possible. It's like when we were doing on that last deck, they was wanting to, use a circular saw and rip strips out of a piece of 1x to use for the trim boards up in the corners and shit like that. And you're never going to get your rips all exactly the same. It's really hard unless you can use a guide fence, and I got one of those, but for this size, it wouldn't work because the strips were too narrow. And really, in my world, I would use a table saw. If I knew I was going to have that kind of shit, I would have brought a table saw. Just put that up. Then you can just make perfect fucking rips all exactly the same size. Once you got it set up for the one, every one that goes through there is going to be exactly the same. And it makes it a lot easier when they're meeting up. It's a lot more difficult when you're doing it with a skill saw because you got to keep that fucking thing right on a straight line.
Yeah.
And you got to have somebody else helping you hold that fucking thing down because it's narrow. And plus your fence isn't going to fit on your table of your skill saw is not going to set flat. I mean, it's hard to keep it set and flat because it's like a piece of wood's only about that wide. So it's a lot more to it.
So let me ask you: Do you compensate for Coriolis when you build?
What was that guy? He says that's why we have wind. I says so. Coriolis makes wind go in all directions. What the fuck are you talking about?
You got a planer?
Yeah, I got a planer. I got a biscuit joiner.
Taste the biscuit?
And taste the biscuit. Your audio is really low, Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky, we can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Kinda.
Very low.
Can you turn it up?
I'll check. I'll see.
Yeah, go see if you can find the volume. I feel bad for people who work at Jiffy Lube shops, man. If I could change my oil in less than 20 minutes, what kind of job do they do? They got a pit. They got every kind of tool. I mean,
you got 14 people servicing your car in like 30 seconds. Welcome to Amish oil change.
Oh, a planer. Can you hear me now?
14
planer. No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a planer. I have a plane that I use, but no, I don't have a planer. I'd like to get one.
I used to build furniture.
Yeah, I do anything. I don't build anything that big. I just use a hand planer. I mean, I've got have one where you put the wood in it, but I've got a power planer that you can run across shit. Yeah,
I got one of those too, and I used to have hand planers. And when I had my furniture shop, I had a 12-inch
It's called a sliding table saw. It was a 5-part machine. It was a
I know what you're talking about.
12-inch planer, 12-inch shaper, sliding table saw. And
could you rotate it 360 on the saw? Could you spin it? Did it have a pivot on it on top?
Oh no, that's
it was like a 6,000-pound machine that was stationary.
No, I'm talking about like the saw blade itself. You could turn it angle to angle.
Yeah, the 14-inch bandsaw.
I got a bandsaw too, like that. I was showing my wife this one. It's a hand bandsaw. You ever seen one of those?
Oh, yeah.
You can just take it, run it any which way you want to. I don't know. That shit looks kind of dangerous to me.
It is,
but I don't know. I never tried to use one, but I'd like to give it a shot, see what it does.
Well, all my shop teachers were missing a couple of fingers, man. I can tell you that.
That's why they're teachers.
I also have a sawmill, which is it's a bandsaw sawmill. It's a bandsaw.
Nice.
You ever been to a sawmill and see how they how they feed the logs through it and cut it in slices? And I went to one up here a long time ago.
16 by 16 foot timbers. 16 by 16, 20-foot timbers.
Yeah, I don't have a lumber mill. I don't have one.
Oh, come on, Sav. Jeez.
Nah.
Get with it.
No. But I know some lumber mills, and I know people that own lumber mills.
Oh yeah.
Need anything.
How about
I want you to take a look at this good-looking woman, and remember.
Okay.
She's the one that's got to hold Donnie's feet up in the air and wipe his bum. Okay. This is Donald Trump's diaper mole right here.
Oh boy.
He's a diaper nurse.
Donald Trump's longtime aide, Natalie Harp, has once again been spotted glued to the president's side, prompting fresh speculation over her role. Harp, who has been dubbed Trump's diaper nurse by critics on social media, was seen in the Oval Office holding 3 phones during an event at the White House. The 35-year-old has become a constant presence alongside the president at public appearances and official events. Reports claim her duties include printing news articles, searching Google, fetching merchandise, and suggesting posts for Truth Social. The sighting comes just days after Harp was photographed accompanying Trump as he inspected renovation work around the White House. Donald.
Somebody's got
I got a picture of her with she was coming out of the limo there, and she had this bag, and it was a diaper bag, man. That thing was stuffed full of fucking diapers, man. I ain't shitting you.
He's got a type of every woman that's around him.
I know. They got to look like his daughter. They got to at least halfway resemble his daughter. He's a sick fuck, man.
Old,
it's creepy.
Yeah,
he's only 80.
Well, everything revolves around his sexual fetishes too, don't they? You know, like
how come we gotta have all these old fuckers in office? It's like these old motherfuckers.
Well,
you know,
why don't you run, Rocky?
Do you know the apostles were like in their teens?
Yeah, imagine they were.
Jesus was only 30.
33, actually.
He started his ministry at 30.
At 30, yeah.
33.
Who is this?
Talking about Christ, the ultimate carpenter. You know, the guy who came up with miter sauce back in the day.
If I were carpenter.
His apostles were teenagers and 20s. They were in their 20s and in their teens.
Yeah.
And they changed the world. Now we got these old motherfuckers. Damn.
Well, they're nothing like Christ at all, dude. I promise you.
Our founding fathers were young. Like Webster wrote the Webster Dictionary when he was like, I don't know, 14 or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I know. We're told all kinds of crazy stories and shit that you can't really check and see if they're true. You know what I'm saying? We have all these stories. Aaron Crusty Knees. You know, there's another fucking story that we're given. George Washington, you know.
Don't forget about Alberoni.
Oh, God.
The old Alberoni, man.
I think everything they tell us just about is fucking nonsense. I really do.
Yeah.
So here's some useful information.
I need you to lock in for this video because this man found something that we all need to start doing. He was being harassed by the police, and for the longest time there has been really no legal recourse, no like really any kind of recourse when that kind of thing happens to you. He found a way. And he found it by putting a lien on that cop's gun and badge and making it so that he can no longer operate in the field because you can't be a police officer without your gun and badge. But he submitted a claim. He submitted a claim to the liability insurance insuring the police departments in that state, which is Texas. And after they approved his claim, they put a lien on that officer's badge and gun. And then the police officer's captain actually calls him back to like try to talk him out of it, I'm assuming, and be like, yeah, you know, this cop didn't really mean to harass you. He's got a family and kids. I'm assuming this part is just me. But watch this.
Did my thing in court yesterday. Just got a call from the police chief. They want to talk to me. This is the exact next day. Want to talk to me because I placed a lien on one of their officers' badge and gun. They unable to operate without that, you know what I'm saying? So see what they want to talk about. Just got this handed to by the chief himself. You got to make these officers liable, man, for their negative behavior. You know, sometimes you can't go after the officers direct, so you go after the insurance. So the chief of police just handed me this himself. See what they say, liability claim. I don't play no games, man. Y'all be letting these people make it, handle you any type of way. You know what I mean? Gotta hold them liable.
I'd like to find out more about that. I would like to find out more about that. That's interesting as hell. Put a lien on their badge and gun, and then they can't fucking work.
How do you go about doing that?
I don't know. I want to find out. I'm gonna ask Ryan. I gotta call him here. Probably.
Wasn't he live today? I think he was. I missed it.
I don't know. I was out of touch with the whole world for most of the day today. I was way out at my daughter's house. Way out in the fucking boonies, man. Way out there. But it was a beautiful day. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. You know, it was just like perfect weather. It was nice outside, you know, and just kind of relax and do what we was doing, you know, went out there to do. And now that's all done. I can scrub that out of my brain now. See, if I have something like, oh yeah, I got to go back out, you know, it's not like I can just go over there and do that. But we were short 2 2x4s for the center, between the posts, running, you know, perpendicular to them, and the very last 5/4 board for the decking. I mean, it was all right. It was down to the ground, but it wasn't framed on the whole thing. So I went over there and put all that on. And it was
sorry, keep pressing the wrong bloody button.
Okay, be careful with that cussing now, bloody. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Right on.
I'm just kidding. I don't care. I really don't.
So just let me know when you're on the way so you can build the deck on top of my house. I always wanted a
on
deck
top
on
of your
the roof.
house.
Yeah,
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, so
That
that way
would
you
be
can
kinda
climb to
cool.
the top of the house and have like a deck with like a you know, with like a stove thing, so you could have a fire on top and barbecue and you know. So let me know when you're on the way.
You think they give you a permit for that, man?
Absolutely not. But who needs a permit in this world? It's my shit.
I mean, I'm
Do
sitting
what I
here
want.
thinking how it could be done. I'm sitting here thinking how it could be done right here in my head, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like coming off the peak flat,
Yeah.
you know, and there's a
Yeah,
post
yeah.
on the front holding it, and it's right up against on the roof of the house.
Just put a
and then-
stairway on the side that runs down the side of the
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
That has then just have
Yeah.
it go the opposite direction down. So
I don't want to cut all those I don't want to cut all those fucking stair runners.
It's
either,
okay. I got some hand saws. You can do it the old school
no.
way.
I fucking hate cutting stair. I mean, yeah, I don't hate it, but you know, it's like if you've got everything there that you need to do it with, like there. And the thing is, especially for outside, that green lumber, you got that 2x12, and you're cutting those runners out of it. And if you ain't careful with it, man, that fucking thing will snap in half. You know, at the thin points. You know, you got to be really careful and select good lumber to do it with. But yeah, I hate doing that.
My runner's out of 4x12 cut on my sawmill.
Sure you did. Sure you did.
I could. If I had some
That
help.
that
but
would
I'm
be
too-
awesome, though.
I'm too old to run my goddamn sawmill anymore. I need some fucking young blood. It takes two to run the goddamn sawmill. I can't get no
What in
young
the
kid.
fuck is that noise?
Someone eating
Somebody's
ham.
pouring water or something.
I don't know
Hey, how you
what
doing?
that was, man.
I got my new hydro today.
Your volume's still way, way low, Rocky. Nobody can hear you.
Holy smokes! What the fuck is wrong? Fuck is wrong with my? Sorry.
Oh yeah, this is fucking crazy. God damn it. Yeah, we can't pay for Medicare, daycare, Medicaid because we're busy fighting a war. Oh, that's important.
Because the United States can't take care of daycare. That has to be up to a state. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. You got to let a state take care of daycare, and they should pay for it too. They should pay. They have to raise their taxes, but they should pay for it. And we could lower our taxes a little bit to them to make up. But it's not possible for us to take care of daycare, Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things. They can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to take care of one thing: military protection.
Dude, those are federal fucking programs. What the hell are you talking about? No, we have
he
to.
just
we
wants
have
to
to
war, doesn't he? He just wants to fight.
Yeah,
Send
that's
us
it.
the-
He just wants war.
Send
They
a
all just want
salami.
war. Yeah.
Fucking
Send a salami to your boy in the army.
Well, if you go to Hardee's, I hear they ask for donations for the military. I understood.
Let's not have
Yeah,
the
the
country.
military, yeah.
Let's spend all our money on war. Let's give our residents, our country, fuck all. Let's spend it on killing everybody else. Fuck off.
Did you know that there's no maximum limit on the number of children you can have while you're receiving welfare assistance?
God.
There's no limit. You could have 40 kids.
Well, I'm gonna get started, man. I need some baby moms.
Holy crap.
You know what I heard?
And that's what's hurting. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's what's hurting charity. Because we're the world is trying to help everybody. But it's just getting worse and worse every year.
Well, listen, this is the whole reason that you have to help people is because of this fucking nonsense in the first place. Okay.
Well, do what my dad said. Just send over millions and millions and millions of condoms. There you go.
You know what I heard
That
about
will save it.
foster care? I heard that there's no law in any of the states, federal or states, that if you get a foster child, that you can't pimp them out for sex slavery. There's no law against pimping out your child if you get a foster child. There's no law against it.
Well,
And so
McDonald's going to be all right then.
I don't listen.
Huh?
McDonald's going to be all right then.
I don't think that's. Oh wait, you were pimping a child. You're going to jail. Wait, that was my foster child. And,
yeah. Well,
there's no law. See, I don't
specifically.
believe that. I don't believe that. And I'll tell you why. There
How-
doesn't have to be a law specifically for that because it's against the law already to pimp a child out. Okay, whether he's your foster child, one you snatched off the street, or your own natural child. That's pretty much fucking illegal, bro.
Well, I
How
just
many-
heard it.
Should be, yeah.
How many's McDonald got?
I know that
What?
CPS, Child Protective
I understand
Services, kidnap children and give them to pedos. That's what I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, are you looking for loopholes,
the
Rocky?
reason that they don't get prosecuted for it is because the foxes are guarding the hen house.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. But yeah, listen, this is what my I'm going to show this again. This is my friend Mark. What he said on Facebook the other day. This is great.
You know, every now and then I'll go out to eat at a fast food restaurant. And I'm sure you all have been asked a couple times to donate to the military. Well, I've kept a lot of things are better left unsaid, but day I went the fuck off. And I apologize. I hit it in advance, but how dare anybody fucking ask me to fucking donate to the goddamn military? And I think they took it the wrong way, where I told the guy that I've already donated, which I meant by my tax dollars. I think he took it as that I served, and he said, "Thank you for your service." And I said, "Service? Who the fuck are they servicing?" I mean, what the fuck have they ever defended? I mean, I'm glad they changed the name, because they ain't never defended anything unless you want to count Israel. And, you know, like I say, I apologize ahead of time. If you work somewhere and they want you to ask, would you like to donate to fucking the military? I apologize in advance, because you're going to get a probably fuck the government. I mean, who the fuck do they work for any goddamn way? Does anybody ever use their goddamn mind at all? I mean, who the fuck do they work for? The government. You know, the control your mind. Who the fuck? I mean, fuck the goddamn military. Fuck Israel. Fuck the government. Both goddamn sides. The government, you know, Democrat, Republican, there is no goddamn difference. Get your head out of your fucking ass. For God's sakes.
Oh, he's so right.
You see, it sounds like a happy guy. Yeah.
He gets worked up on shit, boy. I've seen him get fucking worked up going. I have to go, Mark, chill, bro. Just settle down.
He's not wrong.
No.
I support two things. Great Ormond Street. I don't know if you heard of that. Children in need.
What did you just say?
And, sorry?
What did you just say?
English, man.
I say I support two things. Great Ormond Street, kids who need help, and RSPCA.
Oh, cool.
That's in our country,
Right.
so.
What was Rocky playing with down there?
Kids are animals.
What do you got, Rocky? What is that you got in your hand, dude? What are you playing with? Rocky's got a motor in his hand.
It's my new hydro generator.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's got a 2-inch intake, and then it's got a pencil wheel on the bottom. So the water squirts in here. And it
You gonna create your own energy with that thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Puts out 2,000
What?
watts.
2,000 watts? Yeah. What are you gonna do with all that power, man?
Have you guys ever heard of Zen nicotine?
Yeah. I know what they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they got our military is now making ads for them. Yeah, the U.S. military is making ads for Zen. Watch this.
I'll let Rhonda know, because she uses those things.
Watch this.
Along the way, we consume more than 6 million meals, and by my estimate, more than 950,000 gallons of coffee, 2 million energy drinks, and a lot of nicotine.
1.2 manufacturing.
That's like Nutella sponsoring NASA. Zen sponsors the military. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, or if you can make donations to the military, who just got a fucking $1.5 trillion budget. Trillion. Yes, I said trillion.
Did you see that? Did you see that guy made an Instagram?
I don't get it. So what they're doing? Promoting
about the Zen.
What they're doing? Promoting tobacco and energy drinks to sound something.
Shh.
Sorry.
Rocky, reason he started talking over you, I believe, is because we still can't fucking hear you.
Oh,
You're still low.
You're still really low, man.
Who?
Rocky. He's talking while you were talking. Yeah.
Sorry.
how about that? Is it better?
No.
A little more.
What
See if
the
I can
fuck
do it
is
on my
wrong with
side.
it?
I got you damn near all the way turned up over here. Let's try it now.
I got it all the way turned up on my end too.
There you go. That's a little better.
You can back
That's
off the
a little
microphone a little bit, probably. I can hear your breath.
Yeah, and then Bree, you can kind of back up a little bit, man. You're like blasting us.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Breathe a little loud.
Yeah. Look.
This is breaking news. Starting in 2027, refrigerator manufacturers will no longer sell refrigerators with automatic ice makers unless you have a subscription fee. That's right. Starting in 2027, for 1 year, you can buy a refrigerator and it will make ice for you if you want. But after that 12-month period is over, you're going to have to pay a $29.95 subscription fee in order to get ice made in your refrigerator. It's just every year at the beginning of the year, you will pay a $29.95 fee and your refrigerator will be allowed to continue to make ice. Should you fail to pay that fee, of course, you have no subscription, they will shut off your ice making capabilities and you will just have a regular refrigerator. It's starting in 2027. Let me know what you think in the comments and like and follow for more.
Yeah, I also heard that you're going to have to pay a subscription to flush the toilet. The water. You're sorry, but you're going to have to pay a fee for that.
Has anybody got any of those old ice trays?
Less on the curries, lads. Less on the curries.
I got one word or two words for you. Outhouse. You don't need to flush the toilet.
Go shit in the garden or something.
There you go. D-Man, were you honest about that? Or were you just making that shit up?
No,
I'm
just making fun of it. We used to make ice with ice trays. They had.
I never thought I'd hear that.
Even had those ones.
What on earth is that all about?
Well, it's about people with small hats wanting more money. That's what that's all about.
Yeah, by trying to put by putting subscriptions onto things that there was never a subscription for. What are they going to do next? Tell you, well, you're going to have to pay a fee to breathe. Sorry. Yeah, you got to subscribe.
Well, what's the next thing? Press their tax.
Well, if you
pay extra money to go out and breathe.
Yeah.
Here's a good thing. I'm gonna have me some of this tomorrow.
When you eat a magic mushroom, something insane happens inside your brain. So there's this molecule called psilocybin. The second it hits your bloodstream, your body converts it into psilocin. This molecule looks almost identical to serotonin, so your brain just lets it in, doesn't even fight it. Now, inside your head, there's this network, the default mode network. It's basically your ego, the thing that makes you feel like you, your sense of self, your identity. Psilocin floods the receptors and shuts it down completely. Your ego goes quiet. And then the crazy part starts. Brain regions that are never supposed to talk to each other, your visual cortex, your emotions, your memories, they all start connecting at the same time, all at once. That's literally why people see music, feel colors, feel like they're one with the entire universe. Your brain didn't malfunction. It just rewired itself temporarily.
Oh, that's so shit, man.
Cheaper than fucking water.
Yeah. So, what are you going to get in the psilocybin family? Do you know?
It's I've got some chocolates.
Oh, I know where you got them.
So yeah, it's they've been preserved for a while here for the right time, and this is the right time. This weather's perfect. If it's nice tomorrow evening, I'm gonna have a little fire out in my fire pit and see what we figure out.
Think I can fly.
Oh, shit.
Whatever you do, don't mistake fire for water. I watched a girl do that on DMT one night.
Yeah, don't have the ice cubes, but it costs you a fortune.
There you go.
We'll start a fund. The skin grafts for Sov.
Here's a good one. Here's a good one for y'all. Oh, what? Say it ain't so.
And there it is, signed by the DA and stamped, showing they lost the case.
And they lost it, and they paid
And
you
I
what?
sued them.
And what did you win?
$250,000 for a night in jail.
That's a trade-off. Yeah.
I don't go anywhere without this. This is my traffic book right here. And if you read down below, public note, public servant officer, it pretty much says to him, when a cop pulls me over, you potato chips. When a cop pulls me over, the first thing I do is I ask him, what's your emergency and how may I assist you? And he's going to ask for my driver's license and insurance or whatever. And I said, well, before we go there, I need you to fill this out. And I take that sheet of paper out of there and hand it to him. Before we can go any further, you need to fill this out. Once he reads this, it already puts him on notice that I'm not playing games with him. Then you open up the book. And that is so pointed. And here's the case I won against Harris County. Harris County, I always take my name out because I'm not going to give my name until you can give me what's called, and police always call it, it's RAS. What's your RAS? And they automatically assume I'm a cop because I'm using their lingo. And what RAS stands for, reasonable articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime. Okay. You don't have that? Okay. What's your SAF? Single articulable fact. Well, you don't have that either. Okay. You've just basically said that there's no reason to pull me over because you haven't seen a crime. Okay. Here's the case I won against Harris County. You can see the stamps and date. And they ended up buying me a brand new Porsche 911 turbo all-wheel drive convertible with them pulling me over and letting me spend a night in jail. So here's the lawsuit, and I got these for everybody to see. And you can see that it's all put together. There it is, signed by the DA and stamped, showing they lost the case.
And they lost it, and they paid
And
you
I
what?
sued them.
And what did you win?
$250,000 for a night in jail. And then Supreme Court says no license necessary to drive an automobile on public highways. Now these are all documented. So what this is called stare decisis. Okay, we're running a case that's already been won in the Supreme Court, and they're in violation of their oath of office when they don't pay attention. My license plate doesn't give you, if you look at my license plate, the license plate alone says I'm not in commerce. Now, if I have a license plate like this car over here and that car over there, they all have license plates. License plates mean I'm engaged in commerce. I'm not engaged in commerce. This doesn't give them the authority to pull me over because they see that. Where do you see that I'm engaged in commerce? What gave you that suspicion that I'm engaged in commerce? You have the right to travel freely unencumbered. And that's all in the law. And we look at the law books. Supreme Court has already ruled on this. And you go back to what is a license. And I want people to do their own homework. Go read the case of Murdoch versus Pennsylvania, or read the case of, Shuttlesworth versus the city of Birmingham, Alabama. These are showing that you don't need a license. A license is to do something that is immoral, that's sanctioned by the government, like a 007 license to kill. Okay, that's immoral. They need to be licensed by the state. In other words, they're protected by the state on that. There's nothing immoral about leaving my house to go get a gallon of milk. I only need a license if I'm using the public property. The roadways are public, and they're paid for by the gas tax. Okay, they're not paid for by traffic violations. So when you get into the law, this is what scares most cops. And I'm going to get to it here if the wind would stop for 1 second. This is what most cops don't like because they don't know it. It's non-emergency use of emergency vehicle lights and sirens is a felony. Pulling me over for a traffic violation, they just committed a felony. And if they don't have reasonable suspicion that I'm engaged in commerce, they're done. And I'll bring out my brother's. I'm going to put this away real quick. I want to bring State Trooper. This was his book that he had in his car. Okay. Texas Criminal and Traffic Law Manual.
Wow.
I went to his car and I made him read this. And you're going to love this. This is out of their own law books. This is the LexisNexis. And it says under section 502.003, registration by political subdivision prohibited, except as provided by subsection B. A political subdivision of this state may not require an owner of a motor vehicle to register the vehicle, pay a motor vehicle registration fee, or pay occupational tax or license fee in the connection with the motor vehicle. This section does not affect the authority of a municipality to, right here, license and regulate the use of a motor vehicle for compensation. So if I'm not engaged in compensation, being paid to go from point A to point B, I don't need a driver's license. I don't need to register my automobile. And it is an automobile.
Massachusetts?
All traffic codes are pretty similar because they're all federal. They're pretty much the
Is
same.
a copy of Massachusetts?
Yeah. It's you can
online?
find it, and I will tell you, go to like Amazon or eBay and buy a used one. My brother had to pay $300 for this book. Okay, and then you look at it here. Impose a permit fee or street rental charge for the operation of each motor vehicle, okay, used to transport passengers for compensation. So who needs a driver's license? A taxi driver? Anybody that's engaged in making money using the public.
Right, like Uber, a bus driver, something like that. That's driving. Traveling is not driving. You're using an automobile, your personal property, household goods, and you're not engaged in an act of commerce. You're traveling. What the fuck?
He still sounds like the biggest cock in the world.
What?
He sounds like the biggest cock in the world.
Why?
Yeah, I got it. I got the, what do you call it for it? It's Hale versus Henkel. Says, we are of the opinion that there's a clear distinction between individual and corporation. The individual may stand upon his constitutional rights as a citizen. He is entitled to carry on his private business in his own way. His power to contract is unlimited. He owes no duty to the state. He owes no such duty to the state, such he receives nothing. Therefore, beyond the protection of his life and property, his rights are as such as existed by the law and land long antecedent to the organization of the state and can only be taken from him by due process of law in accordance with the Constitution.
Amen. All right.
What was that? That's Hale versus who?
Hale. I put it in private.
You won't get nothing like that.
Jesus Christ! What did you say, D-Man?
Hale. I put the link in private chat for you.
Yeah,
it's a PDF.
Hale looking for.
All right, cool.
Hale versus Henkel.
It's a PDF too. Great.
Oh yeah, nice.
Let's see. Hale, I'm gonna put that.
You do that in England, you'd be thrown away within seconds.
You guys have lost it anyways, man.
Yeah.
You guys
you're
got
right.
took over a long time ago.
That's the English thing, isn't it? That's all I know.
The other one is Murdoch versus Pennsylvania. The state may not convert a secured liberty into a privilege and issue a license and fee for it.
Where's the name of the case at? I'm looking at it.
It's the
Dalen versus State. That's what this one is.
It's
what was the one you said? Hale versus somebody else.
It's page 6.
Oh, page 6.
Page
okay.
7. Yeah, page 7. Hale versus Henkel, and then the ones underneath it are all the ones that they have. It's just somebody took it and put them all together.
Okay, I see. I gotta find the right page. Here we go. I just want to have this wrote down so I know what it's got. And I'm going to name the
versus
piece.
Binford explains distinction between right and to use public roads and privilege. The right of the citizen to travel is not a mere privilege, but a common right which he has under the right of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Thompson versus Smith. Regarding criminal elements required to be proven, citizen to travel.
Yeah, over there, that doesn't exist.
Oh, it's just as constitutional law in the United States.
Yeah, that would never happen over there. They would tell you to piss off and love you, and they'll chuck you straight in jail over it.
Says the right of a citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property therein by horse-drawn carriage, wagon, or automobile is not a mere privilege which may be permitted or prohibited at will, but a common right which he has under his right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Under this constitutional guarantee, one may, therefore, under normal conditions, travel at his inclination along the public highways or in public places, and while conducting himself in the orderly and decent manner there, neither interfering nor disturbing another's rights, he will be protected not only in his person, but in his safe conduct.
Well, that sounds
well. He sounded and he looks like Trump.
Well, they do it because
they're all
nobody
committing treason. That's what it.
they do it
just
because nobody will hold their feet to the fire again for. Plus,
all
the
know
states.
that.
I'm sorry,
I
I was
think
just
they
going to
all-
say. Plus, the
sorry.
states have already confirmed that they would lose a ton of money if all of a sudden everybody started getting constitutional about it. So that's the whole reason they do it, is for money.
Yeah, that's why they have all those policies. Well, so I'm going to get off here.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to shut her down too.
Thanks for having me up, dude. Thanks for putting up with me.
Man. I got up early today myself, man.
Yeah, I got
That's a
to
nice
roll
big
on.
file. That's a nice big file, so keep that one.
Yeah, I downloaded it and I bookmarked it as well. So
awesome.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming up, everybody. Everybody that showed up in the chat. We try to
Thank you very much for
bring
having
what
me
we
back.
can to you. Right on, guys. All right. Yes, and we of course we're not monetized. So if you find value, links for the donations are in the description.
Send food.
And send food. Yes. Beanie weenies, man. Beanie weenies. Send
Beanie weenies.
Beanie weenies.
Send some Zen.
Yeah, because that's why we can get away with showing and saying some of the shit that we do is because of fucking YouTube's monetization policy will not
Put
even
those
touch
golden
us. Every day.
handcuffs on you.
Even though I've not even applied for monetization. Well, I did once, and they said, "No, you talk about shit," you know.
Only in
And,
Uganda.
oh, listen, man, I get an email after every show. It says, "This video cannot be monetized." I'm like, I didn't try to monetize it. Fuck off, you know. But if you find value, you'd like to donate, you know, everything we do here is at my expense. So if you find value, but if you can't afford it, don't. And we've got some links for some great books by Tamara Chevelle on Flat Earth. Nukes are a hoax. Click that link and check out what she's got. She's got some pretty cool shit on and I've got a whole list of them, or a whole collection of them. They're really good. You put them down, somebody comes over and they pick that up and they're like, "What? Nukes are a hoax? What are they talking about?" And you start looking
Conversation
into
starter.
it. Yeah, man, get that conversation going. You know, sometimes you might even get, "Hey, can I borrow this?"
Yeah.
You know? So, well, anyway, everybody, don't forget the Lord loves the working man. Don't never, ever, ever trust Whitey. See your doctor. Get rid of his ass because he's gonna kill you, man. He's not a physician, and it's always better to to shit in the sink than it is to sink in the shit. We'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind. Good night, everybody.